listening to the Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official home for student play-by-play at the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications. Now, let's take you live to the press box. It's Florida Gators baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Welcome back to another edition of Florida Gator baseball here from Condron Family Ballpark on this Tuesday afternoon. A nice midweek matchup and a rematch at that between the Florida Gators and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Ethan Eibe with you alongside Hugh Green, Alexis Vivanco, our producer tonight on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. The Florida Gators coming into this one with an 18-17 record. When we last saw these two teams face off, the Gators were ranked number 6 in the country. Since then, they have slipped outside the top 25 entirely, and they lost against these very same Jacksonville Dolphins just about a month ago. Hugh Green, what do we have in store for us tonight?
Well, the Gators will not want a repeat of what happened last time. Jacksonville came into town and beat the Gators 7-6 in that one. But they really need to get it going offensively, defensively, especially in the pitching sense. The team has an ERA of 6.57 total due to the Gators. It's just not a recipe for success. And last week they had a 6-game losing streak, got swept by the Missouri Tigers a couple weekends ago, lost to FSU, lost 2 out of 3 from South Carolina, and hasn't been great for them in the past week or so for the Gators.
Definitely. The last 15 games since Florida played at Jacksonville. Florida 6-9 in those games. Losers of 7 of their last 10, coming off a series loss here at Condron Family Ballpark to the South Carolina Gamecocks. At least the one positive thing Gator fans can look to is Jack Caglione. I believe he is the reason why this team is still hovering around 500, but at this rate, Hugh, we can't really expect them to make that similar push for Omaha or even host a regional for that matter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Caglione has done as much as he can. They can't ask for more. And then he's hit a home run in his last 6 games. He's leading the team in pretty much every batting category: batting average, home runs, RBI, slugging, OPS, everything you can think of. Caglione is leading this team in. But as you said, I highly doubt the Gators will be able to host a regional this year. That'll be their first time not doing that in a few years, and it's not been great. It's definitely not the comeback year that you would expect after being the runners-up in Omaha last year to LSU.
Absolutely, and for this one, Kevin O'Sullivan is looking for a milestone victory today. It would be win number 700 if he can get it done here in Gainesville tonight. Our pitching matchup here for the Florida Gators, Coral Springs native Jake Clemente gets the ball for his first career start. The redshirt freshman out of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School didn't pitch all of last season with an injury, hence the redshirt label. He's pitched already in 3 games in relief, and he will get his first start of the season. On the other side, Dakota Stone, a sophomore out of Jacksonville, will make his first appearance of the 2024 campaign. Hugh, what do we have on Clemente?
Yeah, Clemente, he has thrown just 3 innings so far this year. Had a few relief appearances, 1 inning each against UNF, Columbia, and FSU. So he also has not pitched in over a month. 2 of those 3 outings, he allowed at least 2 earned runs. His first outing of the season, his first career outing, that was. Threw a good shutout inning, had struck out the side in that inning. But since then, he gave up 3 to Columbia and 2 to FSU. His ERA is sitting at 15 right now in those 3 innings. So first career start will definitely have some butterflies going around in the stomach, but I'm sure he'll be excited to get on the bump tonight for the Gators.
And on the other side, Dakota Stone for Jacksonville, obviously first appearance of the season, but last year, his freshman year, made 9 appearances, 8 of them were starts through 36 1/3 innings, an ERA just below 8, 47 strikeouts and 35 walks to his name. We'll step aside here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network for just a moment. When we come back, lineups and first pitch here in Gainesville. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball against the Jacksonville Dolphins on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you can only do once in a lifetime. Graduate high school, get your first job, and if you're a young man about to turn 18, there's one other thing, which is also the law: registering with Selective Service. It's fast, it's easy, and you only have to do it once your entire life. Just visit your post office or sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. Do it and keep yourself eligible for a lot of other once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like that first college loan or Pell Grant, or U.S. citizenship if you're an immigrant.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save the Manatee Club right now. Call 1-800-432-JOIN. Thank you.
Are you saving for a big purchase or just trying to put money away for a rainy day? The National Foundation for Credit Counseling offers these tips to help you meet your savings goals. Set aside money from every paycheck, bank any raises, bonuses, or tax refunds, and put away loose change every night. It adds up. For more tips on how to save money and reach your financial goals, call a certified NFCC counselor at 1-800-388-2227 or visit nfcc.org, a public service from the National Foundation for Credit Counseling.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark. The Florida Gators and the Jacksonville Dolphins set to do battle here on this Tuesday afternoon. Florida looking for some revenge after they fell 7-6 to these Dolphins here back on March 19th, a game that Jacksonville just couldn't seem to stay away. The Gators tried to get back in that game, and Jacksonville just kept the offense coming, including a two-run spot in that ninth inning that gave them the lead for good. It was really the height of Florida's midweek struggles, wouldn't you say, Hugh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in that game, as you said, just Jacksonville would not go away. The ninth inning, 2 RBI single from Connor Spellman that put the game out of reach. The Gators tried to come back in the ninth, and in the bottom half, they scored 2 runs, couldn't get it done. Caglione, as we talked about earlier, Caglione being most of the offense for this team. He hit 2 home runs, had 3 RBIs in that game, but wasn't enough for the Gators. And overall, their midweek struggles have been profound so far this season. There's 3-6 when they're not playing on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So it has not been great in the midweek games for Florida so far this season.
Yes, most definitely. Here is how Chris Hayes lines it up for his Dolphins. Most of the same returners here for their second bout in Gainesville. The center fielder is Will Gale hitting second. The left fielder, Blake Edmonds. Tyrell Brewer gets the third slot. He's at second base. Josh Steidel, the cleanup man, their home run leader as well, at first base. Tyler Henriquez at third base, hitting fifth. It's Chandler Howard, the DH. He's hitting sixth. Abdriel, they call him Abby Delgado, in right field, hitting seventh. Connor Spellman, the catcher, hitting eighth, with Cade Hentz, the shortstop, and he will be batting ninth here.
And Josh Steidel, you talked about it, their leading home run hitter. He's hitting .315 so far this season, 8 bombs, 38 runs driven in, an on-base percentage of over .450. So he's definitely one of their top guys in this Dolphins lineup that the Gators are going to want to look out for in this game.
Dolphins coming in with a 16-18 record. They are 10-5 in the Atlantic Sun Conference, so off to a decent start to the season. They just had a series in Clarksville, Tennessee against Austin, PA. They lost 2 out of their 3 ball games as well over there, as the Florida Gators right now gathered around their dugout, wearing the orange jerseys tonight with the blue numerals, and Florida in blue outlined in white across the chest, white pants, and the white hats with the blue brim. As the Gators take the field, and for the Jacksonville Dolphins, they're in their green jerseys with the gold Jacksonville, or the gold Dolphins rather, across the chest, gold numbers on the front and the backs, green socks, green helmets and hats, gray pants to go along with them, as Jake Clemente tosses his first warm-up pitches on the night. The sun beginning its descent down the left field line here. 84 degrees at the moment in Gainesville as the clock strikes 6:30. The shade cutting right in between the pitcher's mound, just about divided in half, like if you're dividing a slice of pizza. You cut it right down the middle. It's at a diagonal angle. So when Clemente starts his motion on the rubber, he'll be in the sun, and when he finishes, he'll be in the shade. That'll be interesting. Maybe, I don't know how much that'll impact him, if at all, though.
I don't think it'll impact him much. I think it's more of the batters that get the impact from that ball coming from out of the sun and into the shade. Sometimes it's hard to see from in the box, but that will go away, I would assume, after probably the top of the first inning, as the shadows start to move towards right field and the sun goes out of play. This Jacksonville team, though, that you said they lost 2 out of 3 over the weekend. They scored 8 runs, at least 8 runs in all 3 of those games. 18 runs they put up against Austin, PA on Sunday. Won that game 18-11. So their pitching is what let them down last weekend. A lot of similar statistics as that of the Gators.
And with the exception of the very first game against South Carolina, where Florida only scored 3 runs, the Bats did show up in the latter 2 games of the weekend. They lost 9-8 to South Carolina here at Condron Family Ballpark on Saturday, and then etched out an 11-9 victory. Of course, Jack Caglione's been the main catalyst, home runs in 6 consecutive ball games. As the warm-ups have finally come to an end, and Will Gale will step into the right-handed batter's box to begin this ball game here. Clemente has the sign from Brody Dene. And the first pitch of the ball game comes across for a called strike. First pitch at 6:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. After Will Gale, we'll see Blake Edmonds and Tyrell Brewer. The 0-1 is hit the opposite way, picked up on a hop by the first baseman, Luke Heyman. He steps on the bag himself for out number 1. Not too much going on there. A nice easy play for Heyman.
And it's a saying in baseball, the ball will find you. Jack Caglione, mainly the first baseman on this team for the Gators, but Heyman over there as Caglione is DHing tonight, and he gets the first ball to him, and he gets the out.
Blake Edmonds will hit from the left side here. 1 gone, just underway here in Gainesville, no score, top of the first. Clemente from the windup, misses outside with a fastball. Edmonds a .228 hitter on the season. Second offering. Outside again, similar spot with the fastball, 2-0. Caglione hitting as the DH today. Tanner Garrison, one of the Florida catchers, is on the injured list for the foreseeable future, so more time for Dene and Heyman to share as the 2-0 comes across and misses high. So Clemente now down 3 balls, no strikes to Edmonds. Edmonds crowding the plate here, all the way in the back of that left-handed box. And now home plate umpire Ray Parrish calls time.
I think he was given a warning to Clemente out there to make sure the batter is engaged with him before he starts his motion towards home plate.
That's a common trend in many of these Florida pitchers. They like to work fast. Clemente no exception. Rocks and rolls on 3-0. And a fastball knee-high, a called strike.
Edmonds reached base 4 times when these two sides met last month.
3-1. Outside ball 4. That fastball not particularly close. Edmonds takes it easily. And the Dolphins have their first base runner of the ball game.
And Clemente just kind of releasing the ball a little too early. All 4 of those balls outside to the left-handed batter. So ball running arm side for Clemente there.
Tyrell Brewer, the 3rd man to bat here in the top of the first. No score between the Gators and the Dolphins. Now a runner on first base. First pitch to Brewer. A change up there for a called strike 1, up in the zone 2. Brewer a .341 clip on the year. Didn't see him last time the Dolphins came to town. Clemente pitching from the stretch here, the 0-1. Misses outside, pops out of the glove of Dene. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now the shadows have already crept behind the mound. So the entire circle is in the darkness. Shadows end right on the second base edge of the mound. The 1-1. Yanks it way outside here to the right-handed batter, 2-1.
It's interesting, couple on the left-handed batter. 4 balls outside. This time 2, I think, sliders. He yanked them, as you said, to the outside of the right-handed batter. So pulling the ball here.
Heyman holding on the runner at first. The 2-1 goes inside this time and gets the call. It was an up and in fastball. And Parrish said it was in the zone. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tyrell Brewer here. A couple of steps off the bag for Blake Edmonds. Only 1 stolen base on the year. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Brewer. It was a high fastball. Couldn't touch it. 2 gone here in the top of the first inning.
And blew 95 miles an hour right by Brewer there at the top of the zone. Almost an unhittable pitch.
And before we get to Josh Steidel, Hugh, the rest of the Gator defense.
And left field, you got Tyler Shelnut. Center, Michael Robertson. Right field, Ty Evans to round out the outfield.
First pitch to Steidel is swung on and lofted in the air down the left field line. This one heading for the corner, and it drops in foul. Deep breath for Hugh. Go for it, buddy.
Your infield at third base is Dale Thomas. Shortstop, Colby Shelton. At second is Cade Curlin. At first base, we talked about Luke Heyman. Behind the plate, Brody Dene and Jake Clemente on the mound.
Kevin O'Sullivan pulling no punches. He wants the midweek win today. None of the bench guys pretty much are starting. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike. Dene stood up as if he was going to make a snap throw to first, but ended up holding onto it. So Steidel is down 0-2, the Dolphins cleanup man. No score here in the top of the first and 2 outs. Blake Edmonds, the runner at first base. Clemente 1 strike away from getting out of it. The pitch. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Steidel down on strikes, a couple of Ks in the top of the first for Jake Clemente in his first career start. The Marjorie Stoneman Douglas alum hangs a 0 in the first. We'll go bottom 1 here from Condron Family Ballpark. The Gators coming up for their first tax when we come back in a scoreless ball game. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach, but what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, thinking only of his canoe. If only...
Back here at Condron Family Ballpark, Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. No scores. We go to the bottom of the first inning, the Florida Gators and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Here's how Kevin O'Sullivan lines him up. Ty Evans in right field leading it off. Jack Caglione, the DH, hits second. Colby Shelton, the shortstop, third. Tyler Shelnut cleaning up and in left field. Luke Heyman, the first baseman, fifth. Cade Curlin hitting sixth at second base. Brody Dene behind the plate, seventh. Dale Thomas, eighth. And at third base with Michael Robertson in center field batting ninth. The count 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff man, Ty Evans. As Dakota Stone toes the rubber for the Jacksonville Dolphins tonight. A left-hander out of Jacksonville. Misses up high. Now 2 balls, no strikes to Ty Evans. who has bbeen scorching hot as of late, 9 for his last 20. In the last 5 games, 2 home runs and 5 driven in. The 2-0. Evans takes a fastball for a called strike. Stone whipping it in there at 91.
Yeah, Evans, you said it. 4 for 4 on Saturday with a home run, 2 for 4 with a home run, and 3 RBIs on Sunday against South Carolina.
The 2-1 is fouled straight back. Got a piece of it there. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haven't seen Ty bat too often in that leadoff spot, though. He's typically a middle-of-the-order guy. But Kevin O'Sullivan, of course, has to start mixing some things up, seeing what works. 2-2 wave and a miss. There's a slider high and tight to the right-handed hitter, and Evans all tied up in knots on that one for the first out.
Dakota Stone, first strikeout of the year, his first appearance of the season after missing the end of last season due to an injury. Has a career high of 10 strikeouts in a game, so he knows how to put him down.
Here is the man of the hour, Jack Caglione, towering in that left-handed box at 6'5", and he takes outside for ball 1. This is not a guy that Stone wants to face, or anyone for that matter, in all of college baseball. Look at that stance. Takes up pretty much the entire box. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. He challenged him with a fastball up, and he couldn't lay off. 93 on the gun that time.
When you stand 6'5", it's pretty easy to take up the entire box, and he does that with his very wide stance.
Stone has the sign and deals. And just misses outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Cags, who just hit his 20th home run of the year on Sunday, his 6th consecutive game with a home run. Becomes just the 5th Florida Gator of all time to do that. Lefty on lefty, the 2-1. Caglione base hit out to left field. Opposite way on that one. He'll round the bag and hold up there. Absolutely nobody was hanging out at that third base side. They had him shifted to pull. So naturally, he hits it where they ain't.
That's the name of the game, isn't it, Ethan? Hit it where they are not. And he did exactly that. A lot of the time against Jack Caglione, you'll see the defense with that overshift to the right side. But Cags did a good job there going against that shift and getting himself a base hit.
So here's Colby Shelton from the left side. The pitch. Breaking ball misses up for ball 1. And I just love how that shows what Caglione can do. Yes, this guy can hit 490-foot bombs at will, but he can use the entire field, and he has the bat control to be able to do what we just watched there. Just slap a single to left. He's capable of everything. As the 1-0 is a called strike, a slider clips the outside part of the plate to Shelton. Shelton's second on this ball club with 15 home runs this year, hitting at a .270 clip. As Caglione at first, no score with 1 away in the bottom of the first. The pitch misses up. 2 balls and a strike now. Tyler Shunnut waits on deck for the Florida Gators. Infield back to its usual depth and positioning. The 2-1. Shelton rips it into right field. Base hit. Caglione hits the bag at second. He's on his way to third. Here comes the throw from Delgado. It's cut off, and the Gators are set up well here in the first. Runners on the corners and only 1 away with your cleanup man coming up.
That's a great piece of hitting right there from Colby Shelton. Off-speed pitch, lefty on lefty matchup. He sat back and he drove it into right field on 1 hop to the outfield. There is a great piece of hitting, and now first and third for the Gators with just 1 out.
So here is Shelnut. 8 bombs already this year. He has the pop to do it. Throw over to first, and it gets away. Shelton's on his way to second. Caglione's going to come on in to score. Shelton now on his way to third. Picked up there by the first baseman, throws it back in finally. An errant pickoff throw from Dakota Stone. And that's how the Gators take their first lead of the night.
Well, you see a little bit of rust right there from Dakota Stone. Hasn't pitched in a game in almost a year, and that showed there with an, as you said, errant pickoff throw, not on target, and that's a big mishap for the Dolphins.
So the Gators up 1-0 here, only 1 out in the first. The pitch misses up to Shelnut. That's the first pitch he saw. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and The catcher, Connor Spellman, almost threw that ball away as he threw it back to the mound. Got to do the little things right in this game, and that'll separate you. The pitch to Shelnut is swung on and popped foul behind home plate. That's going to head out to the parking lot. 1 ball, 1 strike. I hope he didn't park too close here, Hugh Green. I know there wasn't a whole lot of, or there was a ton of empty spaces out there today.
I was trying to get as close as possible so we didn't have to walk, but hopefully that's not through the windshield.
Yeah, right. The 1-1. Slider just elevated to Shelnut. 2 balls and a strike. Though, Hugh, they do offer the auto ER insurance. God forbid your windshield gets a boo-boo.
Yeah, you know, a free new windshield's always nice.
Runner at third with 1 out. The pitch in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike to Tyler Shelnut.
Interesting to see in the infield playing back here. 1 away in the first inning. They would give up a run to get that second out of the inning, not having them play in.
The 3-1 to Shelnut. Swing and a miss at a ball that looked to be outside. He went reaching for it. And now the count full to Florida's cleanup hitter. Sun is beating right on that outfield of Edmonds, Gale, and Delgado. Now the infield's coming in on 3-2. Shelnut rips this one high and deep to left field like a rocket. Tyler Shelnut, his 9th home run of the year, lands on the left field berm, and the Gators take a 3-0 lead in the first.
3 straight hits for the Gators. An errant throw by the pitcher, and now a bomb to left field into the berm for Tyler Shelnut, his 9th of the year, eclipsing 30 RBIs with that hit. And what a first inning for the Gators as they get off to a great start.
He left that fastball right over the heart of the plate. I mean, it was center cut, and Tyler Shelnut did not miss it. That was a missile. 3-0. The orange and blue have the lead. The pitch to Heyman is a called strike 1. Only 1 away. We're still in the bottom half of the first, and not the start that Dakota Stone wanted tonight. Kurland on deck, Dene in the hole. The pitch is swung on and belted deep down the left field line, but this'll hook foul. Man, it had the distance, just not the direction.
Yeah, the Gators are on Stone in this first inning. A lot of hard hit balls. Another one there. But that one went foul.
0-2 pitch to Heyman is fouled straight back. Got a piece of it there as it rolls all the way back to the mound, deflected off the bricks on the backstop. Halfway decent crowd here at Condron Family Ballpark tonight. Of course, what would you expect for a midweek game? But still, plenty of seats available. You're in the area, want to come out and hang out and watch some baseball as the 0-2 misses down. A ball, 2 strikes to Heyman. Not a bad time sitting on the berm in the shade and just watching the boys play some ball. 1-2. This one line towards short, and there to make the grab, Cade Hentz on a hop. Speared it out of thin air for out number 2. And while we have a second, Hugh Green, the rest of the Dolphins defense, please.
Yeah, left to right, it's Blake Edmonds, Will Gale, Abriel Delgado. Third to first, they go Tyler Hinrichs, Cade Hentz, Tyrell Brewer, Josh Steitel, the catcher Connor Spellman, and on the mound is Dakota Stone.
Kate Kurland will bat here, the 6th man up in the bottom half of the first. 3-0 Gators. A 2-run shot from Tyler Shelnut after Jack Caglione scored on an errant pickoff throw to first base as Kurland cuts and fouls this one off the screen for strike 1.
Got the whole defense in without a pitch going in between, Ethan. We did a good job there.
Hugh, I'm so proud of you, my friend. We've been working on that. Brody Dene, the on-deck batter. Base is empty here with 2 gone. Stone's 0-1. That one clips Kurland. An inside fastball. He turned out of the way. It still got him in that left shoulder, and he'll trot down to first base. And the first inning not quite over yet.
Hit by pitch there. We've seen a lot of those. The Gators get hit by a lot of pitches. They got hit by 3 in their last game against Jacksonville, and like to crowd the plate, and Kurland did just that and got himself on first base, trying to get something else going with 2 outs now.
And for the Gators, this is their 75th hit by pitch of the season, if you can believe that. and that's first in the SEC, 14th in all of the nation. As a pitching mound visit is underway here, as Chris Hayes is already out there for a chat with Dakota Stone, again making his first appearance of the 2024 season. Missed most of the end of last year with an injury after making 9 appearances, 8 of them starts.
It'll be interesting to see how long the leash is for him after not pitching for just about a year in a game situation.
Gators up 3-0. Runner at first with 2 down in the bottom of the first. The batter is Brody Dene, the switch hitter batting from the right side. Runner goes. The pitch taken up for a called strike, and no throw down. Curlin swipes second base.
We were talking about before the game, this Gator team not a very running heavy team. That was just their 23rd stolen base of the season, but he got a great jump there and took it on the pitcher.
Curlin's second swiped bag of the season. The pitch. Dene, a bouncing ball left side. The shortstop picks this one and then bobbles it. It was Hentz who tried to spear it, coming up behind on the glove side, and it just rolled out of his glove on the transfer. And this inning will continue. We'll see how they score it, and it does appear, well, we'll see if it's a hit or an error, but Dene at first base with Curlin now at third.
Dene not the fleetest of foot, so I would assume they would give that one an error, as I don't think he would have gotten there. It was a tough play for Hentz at short, but one that a D1 baseball player should make.
It is an error, an E6 on Cade Hentz. And that brings up Dale Thomas, the 8-hole hitter, with 2 on and 2 out as the first offering misses outside for ball 1. Again, on the stolen base topic, Jacksonville has double the number, more than double what Florida has, 59 to now 23, if you can believe that. 1-0. Thomas takes a slider out for ball 2.
Jacksonville does have a lefty warming up in their bullpen, so it might be a very short first outing of the season for Dakota Stone.
Stone breathes and deals, and again misses the zone up and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Michael Robertson in the 9-hole is on deck if the Gators want to bat around here. Dene at first, Curlin to third with 2 outs, a 3-0 Florida lead in the first inning. The 3-0. Taking all the way, Thomas outside, ball 4, and the bases are juiced for Florida's center fielder.
He's staying with his guy Stone on the mound. Oh, I stand corrected.
Well, here comes Chris Hayes, and the leash not long at all, Hugh Green.
That's for sure.
Dakota Stone is going to come out of this ball game, second mound visit of the inning, and in his first start back in 2024, Stone only goes 2/3 of an inning, allows 3 runs. He'll be responsible for both of those runners out there, so the book not quite closed on the Jacksonville starter just yet, but don't go anywhere. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Michael Robertson coming to the dish when we come back. A 3-0 Gators lead. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
I go to school with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I'm one out of every 4 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger. I'm lucky to grow up where I could be whatever I want. I want to grow up and be someone who doesn't go to bed hungry. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard.
And I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Here's the situation. Bases loaded and 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Gators already up 3-0 and looking for more. Michael Robertson stepping up to the plate, and the left-hander Dylan Faulkner out of the pen to relieve Dakota Stone after less than an inning of work in his 2024 debut. Allows 3 and is responsible for 3. Lefty on lefty, Faulkner deals. And Robertson takes a breaking ball for a called strike. Faulkner, the Flagler College transfer out of Orange Park, a graduate student. And the Gators have seen him before. He tossed 3 terrific innings in the last time Jacksonville was here a month ago. The pitch, swing and a miss by Robertson, an outside one. And it's quickly down 0-2 here.
Yeah, that was Faulkner's best relief appearance of the season. No hits allowed in those 3 innings, a few Ks, and he got the win.
Robertson, the 0-2. Lofted in the air out towards left field. Playable for Blake Edmonds, now drifting to his right, and he makes the catch, battling the sun for out number 3. The Gators leave him out, but bring 3 in, courtesy of Tyler Shelnutt's 9th home run of the season. A 2-run shot to the left field berm. A run also scoring on Jack Caglione crossing on an errant pickoff throw by Dakota Stone for the Gators in the inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 3 on as we go to the top of the second. 3-0 Gators on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
This is the sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Ah, perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys gonna do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you as we go to the top of the second inning. And the Gators up 3-0 on the Jacksonville Dolphins. Jake Clemente out for his second inning in his first start of his collegiate career. Retired, the Dolphins faced 4 batters in that first frame as he throws a strike here on the inner half to Tyler Henriquez, the third baseman. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Finns here. Henriquez, Chandler Howard, and Abdriel Delgado, the 0-1. And a throw here in the dirt. It's a swing, though. Check swing, and Henriquez just couldn't hold up. A curveball from Clemente really fooled him. Righty on righty. Here's the 0-2. And just down low. A ball and 2 strikes on the fastball. And a good frame job by Brody Dene. Just couldn't get the call from Ray Parrish. Here's the 1-2. A breaking ball is chopped foul and right into the Dolphins' third base side dugout. Saw a couple of guys reach for it in green jerseys.
Does that count as another error for Jacksonville?
Well, no, I'm not gonna penalize them for that. They did put up 2 errors in that first inning, helped Florida score 3 runs. The pitch Swing and a miss, completely fooled on the curveball throw down to first for the out. Henriquez, a couple of ugly swings in that plate appearance. He's set down for the first out. How about this from Clemente so far? Last three batters have all gone down by way of the K. What's been working for him here?
Well, he's just been fooling hitters with that breaking ball. He's setting them up with good fastballs, especially on the inside to those righties, and then going away and low with the breaking ball. And he's been getting them to chase a lot in his last few batters.
Chandler Howard climbs into the left-handed box. Nobody on, one away in the top of the second as the first offering misses outside for ball one. In the bottom of the first, Tyler Shelnut stroking his 9th home run of the season, a 2-run shot. As Clemente misses again outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The first run of the game scoring, Jack Caglione was at third when Dakota Stone made an errant pickoff throw to first base. And that allowed Cags to trot home. The pitch is a called strike, hits the outside corner to Chandler Howard. So 2 balls and a strike. The pitch is slashed foul down the left side. It hits the netting and drops right onto the berm there, and a couple little kids go running after it.
It's interesting, with no strikes, the defense was played pretty much straight up on the infield, but once they hit 1 strike, they shifted way over, and Shelton playing almost behind second base and the third baseman playing in the shortstop position.
An interesting defensive alignment here. The 2-2. And just down low for ball 3. Nice eye from Howard on the breaking ball. Three-2 pitch is a ground ball, shortstop side. Coming on to grab it here is Shelton. Throw to first is not in time. That was actually Dale Thomas. Shelton was playing behind the second base bag. Howard hustling up the line, beats the play. Wasn't it like it was an awkward play there for Dale Thomas? Howard was just hustling.
And sometimes it doesn't look awkward, but sometimes it is coming in from that angle. Thomas, accustomed to coming in next to the line there, he was playing basically in the shortstop position. So coming in from that angle, didn't get a great grip on it, and allowed Howard to get to first.
Again, Thomas evidently playing shortstop as the third baseman on that last one, as Adriel Delgado takes a called strike. Runner at first and nobody out, or 1 away here in the top of the second. 3-0 Gators. Delgado, the 7-hole hitter for Jacksonville. Pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Dene. 1-1 the count. Connor Spellman on deck. Cade Hentz would follow him. Shade now extending to cover most of the infield. The corners, the middle infield positions still illuminated by the sunlight. The 1-1 is lined foul down the left side. That one hops onto the berm as well. Bunch of fans out there bringing the towels and having a good old time. The berm vibes are always up.
Interesting that there's a lot more fans on the left field berm than right field.
Well, there is one good reason for that. Shade. That right field berm is all in the sun right now. The 1-2 and a foul tip, grounder foul right behind home plate.
And another thing, being in that left field berm, the first home run of the game was hit out there, so maybe they were correct to sit out there.
Well, you've got a lot of good reasons to sit on both berms. This Gators team loves to go yard, and they've got guys with both handeds who can do it, as this one fouled away on 1 and 2. Reach from Delgado on that breaking ball, got a piece of it to stay alive. You can go out to left field for Evans and Shelnut. You can go out to right field for Shelton and Cags, of course. The 1-2 is again lined foul down the left side. That's heading over the berm and out into the parking lot. This is quite an at-bat here brewing from Adriel Delgado. Hitting .273 on the year, 14 runs driven in. Heyman holding on the runner at first. The pitch is lined right back up the middle. That gets through. Base hit center field. Up to second base goes Howard. He'll stop there. Delgado wins the battle, sends it right back from where it came. And J.U. set up well here with only 1 out in the top of the second.
That was a great at-bat. all around from Delgado. Fouled off a bunch of tough pitches and finally got one he could put in play, and he drove it right back up the middle past Clemente on the mound and right back up at second base, and he got himself a single, and now they got something brewing in the second.
Here is the catcher, Connor Spellman, who did the Gators in during the last time they were here, or last time the Dolphins were here, rather, in March. A 2-run single in the 9th inning proved to be the difference, and that came from Spellman as he takes a called strike 0-1. And that came after he went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Remember our debate about the platinum propeller beanie?
Exactly. I do remember that, Ethan.
0-1 inside, and that one did hit Spellman. It might have clipped him on the knee. Brody Dene wasn't able to catch it. And so Spellman will take the slow trot down to first base, and the bags are juiced for the Dolphins here. Tying runs are aboard. Go-ahead run coming to the plate now, and Cade Henson hold everything as Kevin O'Sullivan making his way out from the dugout for a conversation with Clemente. Of course, nobody warming up at this point in the Florida bullpen, but got to go out there and at least calm down your young pitcher.
Yeah, definitely. First start of his career, getting bases loaded, just one away in the second inning after putting up 3 straight strikeouts. As it looks like a few pitchers will now move into the bullpen for the Gators.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty much the entire bullpen contingent making their way out there. I spy Fisher Jameson, Blake Purnell, Cade Fisher, and a handful of others. Reliable pitchers have been hard to come by for the Gators this year. That has been one of their Achilles heels, you could say. Caglione, of course, has been dazzling, his team leading 3.89 ERA. But a relatively young bullpen. And of course, you've got Liam Peterson and Cade Fisher on that Saturday and Friday duo. Neely's been getting some starts, though, as a Friday man as of late. Runners at every bag for Jacksonville. Cade Hens at the plate. 1 out in the top of the second. 3-0 Gators as the first pitch is a called strike. 0-1 to Hens, batting from the right side against the righty Clemente.
That's a great way to start out from Clemente. Go right after him. Can't be afraid of their 9-hole hitter.
Hens 4 for 4 last time out against the Gators. As this one misses down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And certainly was a catalyst at the bottom of that JU order. We'll see if he can come through here and get them on the board. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. It looked like Dene went and tagged Cade Hens, even though it was strike 2. I think that's just habit.
Yeah, I think so. Going after the guy just to make sure, you know.
Howard at third, Delgado at second, Spellman at first for the Dolphins. Clemente's 1-2. Well outside. That slider just tailed through the other batter's box. Count even now at 2-2 to Hens. Native of the area, he's from Ocala. Just a freshman. Massive lead for all 3 runners. The pitch. Hens gets a piece and fights it off foul. That one goes off the facing of the upper deck and drops down below. Head on a swivel down there, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Last game I called, I almost had to bring my glove to it. Something, the ball came close to us up here, right behind home plate.
If we're lucky enough to get one in our direction, we'll be ready for it. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Clemente reared up with the fastball and blew it by him at 95, and hence down as he's looking back Clemente's way. 2 gone in the top of the second, and that sends us back to the top of the order. Will Gale will step in with a chance to do some damage here with 2 gone. Fins at every base. That was strikeout number 4 for Clemente. The first pitch. Wave and a miss at a slider hopelessly inside. There was absolutely nothing that Gale could do with that.
And that was a very awkward swing from Gale. We've seen that a few times from the Dolphins so far tonight.
The 0-1. And a called strike 2. That was the MLB The Show sequence. If I was playing, I would swing at that pitch pretty much at my face, and then I wouldn't swing at the one right down the middle.
Yep.
What can you do?
Does he go back to the slider for a 3rd time in a row here?
1 strike away from getting out of the jam. Here it is. Down low. Smothered by Dene. Good job by Gale to lay off.
Didn't get Gale to go fishing there. I think you go back to the fastball, maybe try to go up and in with 95. Get out of this inning if you're Clemente.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with the slider. Clemente fired up as he struts back to the Florida dugout. He leaves them loaded here in the top of the second, and the Gators hang on to that 3-0 lead. Let's go bottom 2 from Condron Family Ballpark. Gators up 3-0 on the JU Dolphins. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Annoying. You're so annoying.
Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking to me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
You are a healthy eater. Oranges for vitamin C, flaxseed and mackerel for omega-3s. But did you know the same foods that are good for your body, i.e. not beef jerky, are also good for your eyes? Yep, research shows proper nutrition can impact the development of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration, 2 leading causes of blindness. So keep up the healthy munching, my well-fed friend. And for more easy ways to keep keeping your eyes healthy, see your optometrist or visit AOA.org.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do Florida a favor.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you from Condron Family Ballpark. We'll go to the bottom of the second here. Gators up 3-0, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Jacksonville threatened in the top of the second, left the bags loaded as Jake Clemente struck out back-to-back batters to finish the side as the first offering to Ty Evans misses outside ball 1 from Dylan Faulkner. Top of the order do it for the Gators. They batted around in that first inning and knocked Dakota Stone out of the ball game. The pitch, slider outside, ball 2 to Evans. He struck out swinging in his first trip to the plate.
Faulkner did a good job coming in, bases loaded, 2 outs in that top of the first, or bottom of the first, and got the 3rd out.
2-0. Evans a bouncing ball left side. Back to grab it here. Tyler Henriquez throw to first is in time for out number 1. Evans down on the 5-3 putout. And that'll bring up Jack Caglione.
It was a nice play by Henriquez going back on it. Made a strong throw to first and a nice pick over there by Josh Steitel at first base to get Evans by a step.
They shift Caglione to pull here, as everyone does, as the first offering misses up for ball 1. The fastball comes neck high to him.
We'll see if Caglione tries to do what he did in the last at-bat and go against that shift the other way.
That's right. Lefty on lefty, the pitch at the knees, and a called strike 1. Count even. Caglione sent a little ground ball to the left side his last time up, proving he could go to the opposite field at will. The 1-1. Caglione again slices one out towards left field. On the move, Blake Edmonds, and he'll close the gap and make the grab. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Caglione got a lot of that one, but Edmonds able to get there in time. That brings up Colby Shelton.
That's a tough play for a left fielder with a left-handed batter coming at you and the ball slicing away from you.
First pitch to Shelton, wave and a miss. Just couldn't catch up. Faulkner deals, and Shelton watched this one outside, a ball and a strike. Gators hopefully avoid that trap. They're a good first inning team, but sometimes they fall flat. The 1-1 at the knees, and there's a called strike 2. Faulkner 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 frame. Lefty on lefty again. 1-2 to Shelton. Breaking ball skied in the air down the left field line. After it goes Henriquez into foul ground into a slide. He can't come up with it. It one hops off the wall right in front of the left field berm. Solid effort by Tyler Henriquez, just couldn't get there.
That's a very tough play for a third baseman, going all the way back, ran it almost 100 feet trying to get that ball and wasn't able to make the grab. But another chance here for Shelton.
That would have been a Nolan Arenado, Josh Donaldson in his prime-esque play.
Yeah.
1-2 again to Shelton. And a ground ball, this one to Henriquez again at third. Gobbles and throws to first, in time by a step. And that's out number 3. Dylan Faulkner, an excellent job. A much-needed 1-2-3 frame for the Dolphins as we go top 3 at Condron Family Ballpark. 3-0 your score in favor of the Gators. You're listening to Florida Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3CH2 50CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach. But what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, thinking only of his canoe. If only he could reach it before the savages overtook him.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Gators up 3-0 here on the Jacksonville Dolphins. Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you. Alexis Vivanco is our producer tonight. And a new pitcher's on the mound for the Florida Gators. Jake Clemente's first career start comes to an end after just 2 innings. They were 2 pretty good innings as well, only 2 hits allowed. Left-handed freshman Frank Menendez comes in as the first offering to Blake Edmonds. Is a called strike on the inner half. Lefty on lefty matchup. Clemente leaves, having allowed just those 2 hits. Left the bases loaded in the 2nd. As a breaking ball is a called strike to Edmonds, quickly down 0-2. And Clemente struck out 5 batters, an excellent job as the pitch misses down a ball and 2 strikes.
I think Sully will be very encouraged by that first career start from Clemente. 2 innings and got out of trouble in that 2nd.
Wish we could have seen him some more, but I understand the move. 1-2, up and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Despite the fact that, yeah, we might be selfish in wanting to see Clemente go further, O'Sullivan has some other ideas, and probably a good idea to mix in some of your other relievers. As a check swing, he went around. Edmonds down swinging for the first out as the strikeouts continue to pile up now for the Dolphins, make it 6 on the night combined.
And there's 3 in a row once again. 2 to end the last inning from Clemente, and the first to start Menendez's night.
First offering to Tyrell Brewer. That one a slider in the dirt for ball 1.
Menendez last pitch a few weeks ago against Florida State.
1-0. And there's a called strike, a fastball up in the zone. The Doral native, Frank Menendez. The pitch. And Brewer watches this one go down. 2 balls and 1 strike.
7 appearances so far this season coming into this one. 3 1/3 innings, over a 13 ERA. He's had a lot of 1/3 inning outings. Hasn't had a long leash from Kevin O'Sullivan.
2-1. Line towards short, and right there to nab it, Colby Shelton. Didn't even have to move, just leaned to his left, went down a little bit to snare it. And that's 2 quick outs for Frank Menendez here in the third. You could just tell Shelton was just waiting for that one to come right to him.
Yeah, he was aligned perfectly, right? It wasn't really shifted anywhere, just playing straight up, and the ball came right to him.
And now they will play Josh Steidel a bit differently here as the first pitch misses outside, ball 1. Shelton is back a step onto the outfield grass and shaded over more towards second base. The 1-0. Steidel takes a called strike. Dene unable to squeeze that ball, so I'm kind of surprised he got the call there.
I think home plate umpire Ray Parrish might have thought he caught it because it didn't pop out straight away out of Dene's glove.
That's why you stick the glove in there. The 1-1. Swing and a fisted ball, and that will land right behind the Dolphins dugout on the third base side in the 5th row of seats. A ball and 2 strikes. Menendez almost threw a 1-2-3 third. See if he can get it done. The pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Steidel, who is the biggest power threat the Dolphins have at their disposal. 8 bombs on the year. Wind blowing out across from right to left. The 1-2. Line towards first, and that'll head foul down the line. It one hops onto the seats there and rolls up onto the berm.
Dolphins have put up a lot of good at-bats, fouling off a lot of tough pitches from Gator pitching, from Clemente and now Menendez here in this inning.
The Gators have learned not to trifle with what has now become an in-state rivalry, I suppose. The 1-2, swinging and a miss. Steidel down swinging, and a terrific third frame from Frank Menendez. A couple of strikeouts. He sets down the Dolphins 1-2-3, and the Gators hang on to that 3-0 lead going to the bottom of the third. Shelnut, Heyman, Curlin due up when we come back. You're listening to Gators Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard, and I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Back here in the bottom of the third inning, Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. It's a 3-0 lead for the Florida Gators on this Tuesday midweek matchup against the Jacksonville Dolphins, looking for some revenge after the Dolphins came here to Gainesville and took a 7-6 win back on March 19th. The Gators have been 6-9 ever since that ball game. And Kevin O'Sullivan also looking for win number 700 in his illustrious Gators career as Tyler Shelnut swings at the first pitch and skies it foul right behind us. No balls and 1 strike. Shelnut, of course, accounted for 2 of the Gators' 3 runs with 1 single stroke, a solo shot to left field back in the bottom of the first, his 9th of the season. The 0-1. Slider misses up, even at 1 ball, 1 strike. After Shelnut, we'll see Luke Heyman and Cade Kurland. Dylan Faulkner back on the mound. The lefty deals. And a slider outside again. Shelnut ahead now, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Faulkner's been great out of the pen again against the Gators. 4 up, 4 down so far for him.
2-1. Doesn't get the call there on the outside fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Of course, Faulkner put up 3 scoreless frames in his last effort against the Gators, so they've seen plenty of him, just haven't been able to figure it out. 3-1 pitch. Shelnut gets a piece and fouls it back.
They were hitless in those 3 innings. Had gone on base a few times from the walks, but that was Faulkner's longest outing of the season, those 3 innings, and dropped his ERA by almost 4.
Here's the payoff pitch to Shelnut. And a called strike 3. Shelnut thought it might have been ball 4. It was an outside fastball, but Faulkner spotted it well, and Shelnut frozen for the first out.
Yeah, that one might have been a half a ball outside, but Faulkner got the call from Parrish behind the plate, and he will not be complaining.
Just one of those ones that's too close to take as Luke Heyman steps in. First offering is a breaking ball, and it curls right back in the zone for strike 1. Nice curve there from Faulkner. Shelnut lined out to the shortstop last time around. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire Manolo Alejandro. Parrish checked down there. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Gator first baseman. Shade now covering the entirety of the infield here as the sun begins its descent. Heyman chops it foul up the third base line and just missing the outstretched hand of Taylor Black.
Yeah, you're taught as a base coach sometimes just avoid it so you avoid embarrassment as well. That time he gave a little bit of an effort.
The 1-2 and a called strike 3. My goodness, Faulkner just blew him away with the fastball there at 87. I have to think Heyman was sitting off speed there because that one looked like a cookie for him.
Yeah, that one, it looked basically right down the middle. Back-to-back K's looking on that fastball from Faulkner, and he's dealing right now against this Florida offense.
Gators have only struck out 3 times tonight, 2 of them here in the third. The pitch here to Cade Curlin, a called strike 1. 2 gone, nobody on in the bottom of the third. 3-0 Gators. 3 runs on 3 hits as they look to get their midweek revenge against Jacks. A roller up the third baseline, picked up there by Hendricks. Throw to first base, gets away from the glove of Steidl, and down the line it goes. And it looks like they're going to hold Curlin up at second base as the ball hops out of play. Henriquez threw that ball on the run. Steidl tried to pick it on a hop and couldn't quite get the glove on it. And so Curlin ends up at second base when it's all said and done. And the Gators have some life here in the third inning. And that's the 3rd error already in this game by the Jacksonville defense.
Yeah, their 3rd error of the game. Their 44th of the season in their, their 35th game. So a lot of defensive miscues from this Jacksonville Dolphins team.
First offering to Brody Dene, and a wave and a miss. Check swing, as ugly as they come. That was a ball in the dirt. Dene certainly aggressive up there, and sometimes it does pay off. He's hit 5 bombs this year. That average sitting a shade under 270, 268. The pitch bounces to the plate again. I think Faulkner was trying to bait him, see if he would do it again.
They had him swinging a sword on that first pitch. Why not go right back to it, see if he fishes again? Dene did a good job laying off the second time.
Dene reached on an error by the shortstop, Cade Hentz, his last time up. It's no official at bat for him. The 1-1. Fouled off right to the screen. And now Faulkner a strike away from getting out of it. Curlin at second and 2 gone. Gators up by 3, but looking for more here in the 3rd inning. Dene in the right-handed box as the lefty deals. Down low, ankle-high fastball, 2-2.
That's a good layoff pitch from Dene there. Maybe he gets a fastball in the zone here he can do something with.
Faulkner looks at second, comes home with it. Breaking ball knobbed up the middle, and that will sneak through base hit center field. Around third comes Curlin. There will be no throw home. An RBI base hit for Brody Dene, and the Gators extend the lead to 4-0.
Good piece of hitting off the end of the bat there from Dene. He was fooled a little bit by that breaking ball, but stayed back just enough to get it off the end of the bat and through the middle for an RBI single and put the Gators up 4 here in the 3rd inning.
Terrific job there by Dene. RBI number 14 for him on the season as Dale Thomas climbs in, the 8th man in the Gator order. Runner at first and 2 gone here in the bottom of the third. Faulkner deals, but bunted foul. That one went right to the screen.
It's an interesting bunt attempt there from Thomas. Saw something he liked maybe in that third baseman playing back.
Maybe wanted to test that Jacksonville defense some more after already 3 errors committed in the game. The 0-1. Thomas fouls it back again, midway up the screen, and he's down 0-2. Runner at first, Steidl holding him on. Pitch to Thomas, slider down. Blocked there by the catcher Spellman. The ball in 2 strikes to Dale Thomas. Faulkner, who set down the first 2 batters looking on strikes, now in a trouble spot here in the 3rd inning as the Gators look to keep the 2-out rally going. The 1-2. Fastball up. Thomas did well to lay off it. That fastball letter high always looks juicy.
Errors always come back to bite you, especially 2-out errors, and that's what's occurred here in this 3rd inning.
Faulkner looks at first. Big lead there for Dene, and he'll throw over. Dene back with a dive. Steidl's been holding him on the entire time. Thomas ready, back in the right-handed box. Lefty looks at first. Here it is. This one aligned out toward shallow right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Another 2-out knock for the Gators. Dene going for 3. The throw not in time. Thomas hustling up to second base. Another 2-out base hit for Florida. And the Gators have 2 runners in scoring position for Michael Robertson. And some heads-up base running there by Dale Thomas. He saw the throw going to third, and he took the extra 90 feet.
Yeah, he was sniffing 2 right out of the box. He took a very big turn at first, and right when the outfielder threw that ball into third, he knew he was getting to second.
Now even more work for Faulkner to do here. Gators up 4-0, and they can smell 2 more out there in scoring position as Michael Robertson takes ball 1 down low. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Gators, just 2 hits, and all 3 errors to speak of for the Dolphins. Dene should be able to score on anything. Thomas has some decent speed over there at second base. And now time called here momentarily as Chuck Girolamo is having some words with Michael Robertson there just outside the batting circle.
Interesting. You don't see that too often. Coach coming from the dugout giving some advice to his hitter at the plate.
Normally it's anything else to do with the pitcher, not as much the hitter, but he had some words for Robertson. Let's see if he can put him to good use. The 1-0. Bouncing ball hit towards second, slowly hit. Picked up by Brewer. Easy throw to first, and that will complete the 3rd frame. 2 runners left on for the Florida Gators, but they do force home the 4th run. Cade Curlin got up to second on the E5 and scored on Brody Done's single up the middle, and the Gators have a 4-0 lead heading to the top of the 4th. Gators back on the mound when we come back. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball against the Jacksonville Dolphins on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey you, yeah you, sit right there, I gotta tell you something. I bet you know someone with type 2 diabetes. Guaranteed, you know why? Because 1 out of every 3 little kids is gonna develop diabetes in their lifetime. This can lead to heart problems, strokes, and even blindness. I'm John Sally, and I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be that way. Now you can up your defenses by eating more fruits and vegetables, having more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps can be the power plays to protect you and your family against the risk of diabetes. Learn more, go to blockdiabetes.org. I'm kidding.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you on a beautiful night for baseball here in Gainesville. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Jacksonville find themselves down 4-0 here to the Florida Gators. 3 runs in the first. They tacked on 1 more in the 3rd. Frank Menendez back out there for his 2nd inning of relief. He faces Tyler Henriquez, and he grounds one foul right off the facing of the JU dugout. Look out, guys, down there.
Yeah, watch out. That one bouncing off the turf, almost got someone in the face down there.
And it deflected right to the third base coach and manager, Chris Hayes, as this one misses outside 1-1 to Tyler Henriquez, who went down swinging his first time up. 2 solid innings for Jake Clemente in his first career start for the Gators. Menendez sent down the guys 1-2-3 in the 3rd, and this pitch appears to have hit Henriquez. It clipped him probably in that left shoulder region, and he will head down to first base.
Second hit batsman of the day. Now the umpires will converge in the middle of the field. Looks like they might have a different call, a different umpire.
Well, the home plate umpire, Ray Parrish, has to rely on the sound that he hears. Whether that sound is of jersey or of glove, it's really hard to tell, but veteran umpire should be able to make that distinction. And it looks like they're going to keep the call as it stands, a hit by pitch. You can tell whether it's glove or if it just wicks the jersey like that. Chandler Howard steps in next on the left side against the lefty Menendez. Double play depth, corners in, middle infielders back. The pitch just misses inside and low for ball 1. Menendez struck out 2 in his 3rd inning. Gators have been providing the offense thus far. Heyman holding on the runner at first. The pitch. There's a called strike at the knees to Howard. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Shelnut, a 2-run shot in the first inning, his 9th of the season, and Brody Dene supplying an RBI single in the previous frame. This one a chopper towards first. Heyman picks it up, steps on the first base bag, throw down to second. Shelton the tag, and they got him there. Terrific effort defensively by the Gators to turn 2 unorthodox. They go 3-6 on the double play. And just like that, the leadoff hit by pitch is no more.
Yeah, that's a great play by Heyman over there. Did a good job stepping on the bag and making a perfect throw to second, as the coach for Jacksonville, Chris Hayes, is arguing with the umpire about something. He seemed very upset, came all the way down to the plate to yell at him. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, really not sure what that could have been about at all. It'll be Abdiel Delgado coming up next year. Base is empty and 2 gone. The first pitch right in there for a called strike. Heyman made that play look easy down there at first base. Cool, calm, and collected. Got it down to second in the nick of time. As this fastball misses up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Delgado. Used to love watching Joey Votto do that as a member of the Cincinnati Reds. He played some stellar first base defense, turning double plays like that. As this pitch misses inside, 2 balls and a strike after that fastball.
And the first baseman is really a lefty's position. He's easier to throw the ball, but as you said, Votto and here Heyman doing a good job turning and throwing with the right hand.
The 2-1. Again an inside pitch, and Delgado spins out of the way of ball 3. Gators up 4-0 here. 2 gone in the top of the 4th.
Delgado put up a great at-bat last time up, ending with a single.
He fought hard. Can he keep fighting here? He won't have to. It's ball 4. The fastball up. Menendez having trouble locating it here. And a 2-out base runner gives Jacksonville some more life as Connor Spellman steps up. Those free bases will come back to bite you eventually. They haven't yet for these Gators, who have allowed 4 of them. 2 via the walk, 2 via the hit by pitch. Spellman up with 2 down. First offering. Slider way inside and tight for ball 1. Spellman had to reach out of the way there. He's the 8th man in the order, the starting catcher for JU. Heyman holding on the runner at first. The 1-0 pitch. Just elevated. 2 balls and no strikes.
That's a tough call. It's a big difference between 2-0 and 1-1. It's a very tough call for Menendez there.
And now here comes Kevin O'Sullivan with a mid-AB pitching visit. And it looks like he's going to go to the pen here in the middle of an at-bat. We saw him look out there and flick his right wrist to say, hey, give me the righty. I'm done with Frank Menendez. And he will exit the ball game here in the middle of an at-bat. So we're not quite sure who is coming out of the bullpen here, unless you have an idea, Hugh?
I believe that's Blake Purnell coming into the game here for the Gators.
It does look like Purnell. So that is who we'll see on the other side of this break. It's a 2-out advantage for the Gators here in the top of the 4th. Gators up 4-0 on the Jacksonville Dolphins. Runner at first when we come back as Purnell enters. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are some things you can only do once in a lifetime. Graduate high school, get your first job, and if you're a young man about to turn 18, there's one other thing, which is also the law: registering with Selective Service. It's fast, it's easy, and you only have to do it once your entire life. Just visit your post office or sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. Do it and keep yourself eligible for a lot of other once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like that first college loan or Pell Grant, or U.S. citizenship if you're an immigrant.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save the Manatee Club right now. Call 1-800-432-JOIN. Thank you.
Are you saving for a big purchase or just trying to put money away for a rainy day? The National Foundation for Credit Counseling offers these tips to help you meet your savings goals. Set aside money from every paycheck, bank any raises, bonuses, or tax refunds, and put away loose change every night. It adds up.
Welcome back to the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you. A mid-at-bat pitching change for Kevin O'Sullivan and the Gators. Blake Purnell is in. Frank Menendez is out. It's a 4-0 Gator lead with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. A runner at first. It's a 2-0 count to Connor Spellman. And O'Sullivan, after watching Menendez lose control of the fastball in a couple of at-bats, said, I want Purnell, and here he is. The pitch, a fastball in there for a called strike. That rare arm slot for Purnell. He pitches from the first base side of the rubber. There is a runner at first. That's Abdriel Delgado, who reached on a 2-out walk from Menendez, so he's still responsible for him. This pitch liner right back up the middle. Base hit for Connor Spellman. Up to second goes Delgado. He'll stop there. So after all that, Connor Spellman had to wait a couple of minutes for his at-bat to continue, and he sends it right back up the gut for a 2-out knock.
Yeah, the mid-at-bat pitching change did not seem to work out there for Kevin O'Sullivan, but now Purnell's got himself in a tough situation, 2 men on and 2 men out.
The 9th man in the order, Cade Hentz, steps up to the plate. Jacksonville still down by 4, but threatening here with 2 gone in the 4th inning. The pitch, wave and a miss. The first offering way outside from Purnell.
That sweeping slider with that 3/4 arm slot is very tough for the right-handed batter to touch.
The pitch, whips it again outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And now shade has completely enveloped the field here at Condron Family Ballpark as that sun has nearly disappeared down the left field line. 7:45 here in Gainesville. Runners at first and second both take their leads. That's Spellman and Delgado as there's a swing and a miss. And now Purnell a strike away from getting out of the jam. JU has left 4 runners on base tonight. Florida looking to make it 6. Purnell deals, and it bounces to the plate. Excellent stop by Dene. Runners stay put and hence still alive.
The fastball is not an easy pitch to block if you're behind the plate, but Dene did a good job to smother that one. Didn't allow the runners to advance.
Purnell looking in for the sign from his catcher Dene. He's ready. Looks at second and deals. And this pitch nearly hit him. I don't know how it didn't. It was a fastball in on the hands and hence barely backed up to avoid it. And now with a full count and 2 down, both runners will be all on the move from first and second. They'll get the head start. Purnell comes set. The payoff is banged foul down the right side. We'll do it again.
And as they're getting that head start, any ball in the gap or down the line surely will score both of them and cut the Gator lead in half. So if you're Purnell, really wanted to get that strikeout to end this inning.
No shifting going on really for the Gators. The infield playing back. Middle one's a step onto the outfield grass. Robertson in center, shaded over to right center. The pitch is a called strike 3. Hence goes down looking. A fastball froze him on the outside. And the Dolphins strand 2 more, make it 6 on the night. And the Gators keep the shutout going. They keep the 4-run lead intact. We'll go bottom 4 here at Condron Family Ballpark. Gators have top of the order coming up. Ty Evans, Jack Caglione, and Colby Shelton. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3, CH2, 50, CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city.
We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Condron Family Ballpark. Ethan Eibe, Hugh Green with you on a glorious Tuesday evening here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Now down to 79 degrees, clear skies, the lights beginning to turn on, setting the stage for a nice midweek game between the Gators and the Jacksonville Dolphins. Florida up 4-0 as the first pitch to Ty Evans is taken down low, ball 1 from Dylan Faulkner. Gators scored 3 times in the first, 2 of them on a Tyler Shawlett homer, his 9th of the year. Brody Dene, an RBI single in the 3rd, tacked on another. As Evans laces it foul down the right side, it goes to 1-1. We'll see Evans, Jack Caglione, and then Colby Shelton here. And Shawlett again if anybody reaches. Faulkner is in his now 3rd or 4th inning of work, depending on how you look at it, as this one misses up 2-1 the count. He came on after 8 men came to the plate in the first. He got the 9th man out and has pitched ever since. Relieved Dakota Stone. The 2-1. Slider up and in, 3 balls and a strike. And Faulkner, who's allowed the run, has done an effective job of giving Chris Hayes some length out of that pen.
Yeah, definitely allowed just 1 run last inning. Has gotten a few Ks.
3-1. Evans fouls it back and the count runs full.
Big hack there from Evans. He was right on it too. Fouled it straight back. Just got under it a bit.
Said Evans has been hot. 9 for his last 20 entering play in the last 5 games. 2 bombs, 5 RBI. The payoff is ripped towards the third base side. Fair ball. It rolls down the left field line into the corner. Extra bases for Tybo. He cruises into second. A leadoff double for the Gators.
You said it right on cue. He has been hot, has Evans, and he delivers a liner right down the left field line. Good piece of hitting there, turning on the fastball and pulling it there to give Caglione a RBI chance here.
8th double of the season for Ty Evans. And also his 18th extra base hit, as here is Caglione. Runner at second, nobody out. 4-0 Gators in the bottom of the 4th. This pitch is smoked down the right field line and a missile foul. My goodness. Everyone went and stood up for a second as they realized it was foul, but man, he turned on that one.
He gets on it so quickly, doesn't he? He really turns on a ball if it's coming inside.
Faulkner's got to watch out now. Lefty on lefty, looks at second. The 0-1 is swung on and blasted deep to right field. He got this one. Wow, where did it land for Jack Caglione? 21 bombs on the season, his 7th straight game with a home run, and the Gators take a 6-0 lead.
What a bomb. Yeah, Ethan, we were talking about it in between innings. We said maybe a Jack coming up in this inning, and he does just that, delivering that ball into the bullpen in right center field off the Florida Gators sign out there, the national championship sign. What a bomb that was from Jack Caglione.
If at first you don't succeed, hit one all the way to the scoreboard. Jack Caglione with a disappearing act for the 21st time. 6-0 Gators as Colby Shelton stands in. First pitch swinging a liner over the shortstop's head. Base hit left center field. He'll take the big turn, and now he's on his way to second. Here's the throw, the tag, he is out. A little aggressive there from Colby Shelton, tagged out trying to extend a single to a double. Terrific effort by Will Gale, cutting that ball off in left center, and a strong throw to Tyrell Brewer at second base who applied the tag.
Yeah, that was a great job getting the ball in, cutting it off, and throwing out Shelton there. But 3 straight hits to start this inning now, all hard hit balls, and Faulkner might be fading a little bit here.
Now it's Tyler Shelnut, as this one misses outside for ball 1. Shelnut, of course, tacked on his 9th homer of the year in the first inning. Now Caglione joining the party. We'll get you the distance on that as soon as we know. As this pitch is fouled straight back, a ball and no strikes, or ball and 1 strike rather.
Shelnut hit that big home run to left field in the first inning, trying to replicate that after striking out looking his last time up.
The 1-1. Shelnut again. High drive out towards deep center field. Gale going back, still moving on the track, and he makes the catch. Nearly to the batter's eye for Tyler Shelnut. It just ran out of gas there at the end for out number 2.
He hit that one about 395 feet. did Shelnut right in front of that 400-foot sign. Gale made the catch. A lot of hard hit balls this inning against Faulkner for the Gators.
Here comes Luke Heyman, nobody on and 2 away. 6-0 Gators in the 4th. The pitch is swung on, popped up on the infield. Who wants it? The Bermuda Triangle converges. It'll be Tyrell Brewer, the second baseman, to make the catch, just in front of the second base bag for out number 3. The Gators certainly aggressive here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ty Evans the leadoff double. Jack Caglione the 2-run smash, and the Gators clear by 6. It's a 6-0 lead. We go bottom 5 as JU comes back up when we come back. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Go to school with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I'm one out of every 4 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger. I'm lucky to grow up where I could be whatever I want. I want to grow up and be someone who doesn't go to bed hungry. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard, and I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families.
Jan Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you. A 6-0 Gators lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Blake Purnell back out there to face Will Gale. It's the top of the order for the JU Dolphins. Gale, Edmonds, Brewer. If he just missed it, Jack Caglione swatting his 21st home run of the year, as this one misses inside for ball one. We just got the distance on it, Hugh. And I just want to warn you, it's not something we typically see.
Can I get a guess?
Yeah, hold on. As there's a swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just to preface, this is the first time a Gator has ever hit 7 straight games with a home run. It's Cags' 21st on the year. He's now got a 15-game hitting streak. As Will Gale shows bunt, pulls it back. It's inside 2-1. What's your guess, Hugh, on the distance?
I'm going to go 496.
517 feet.
What?
That's what I said when Julio, the assistant SID, told me.
Oh,
I still can't believe it. I believe that ball might have landed over the scoreboard as Gale bounces one to third. There's Dale Thomas, whips it across the diamond in time for the out. I mean,
517?
Hugh, what we are witnessing is nothing short of a generational talent that will be remembered in Gainesville lore forever. And when this guy goes in the top 5 this June, July in the draft, and then makes his MLB debut, I get to tell people that I watched this guy hit nukes in college. That this guy made Gainesville look like a child's playground, because that's what we're watching here, and I'm loving every bit of it. Here's Blake Edmonds as he takes ball 1 outside. Nobody on, and 1 gone in the top of the 5th. 6-0 Gators.
It's like he's hitting in Cooperstown, New York, on the 200-foot fences that the 12 and 13-year-olds play on when they go out to that tournament at the Hall of Fame.
There's a slider in there for a strike, 1-1. I never got that experience, but yeah, that's basically what this is. And you're still using that juicy bat, and you've still got the Little League fence on you. Swing and a miss again. Edmonds down a ball and 2 strikes.
Caglione does it with regulation-size fields, regulation bats, and just puts a charge into every ball he hits.
My goodness. Purnell out there for his 2nd inning of relief. The pitch skips to the plate. It did hit Edmonds. That one might have gotten him on the right foot. Didn't show any signs of pain as he makes his way down to first base. It was a breaking ball at 78.
Yeah, well, it wasn't much of an attempt to get out of the way there from Edmonds, but Purnell, he's gotten his pitches under control this season. Just 4 walks coming into this game, and that's just the 4th time he's hit a batter so far this season in 18 appearances now.
So here is Tyrell Brewer. The first pitch to him, a slider for a called strike. .115 miles an hour off the bat, according to Nick Delatorre. Holy cow. As this one is bounced foul up the right side. Heyman picks it up. 0-2 to Brewer. 516.2 feet. I'm going to round up just because I want to.
Yeah, why not?
What's 1 more foot?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if they have the record books on longest home runs in Gator history, but that's got to be the top 1, right?
I feel like it has to.
The 0-2 pitch outside to Brewer, a ball and 2 strikes. I mean, I saw it going and going, and I said, is that one ever going to land, or is it going to hit the scoreboard? Are we going to have to order a new scoreboard off of Amazon? How is this going to work? Who's going to pay for it? And then he went over the scoreboard. This one's down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reminds me of when Giancarlo Stanton broke the new scoreboard at Marlins Park in its debut year in 2012. He smashed a home run off of Colorado's Jamie Moyer and broke a panel in the new left field scoreboard. Remember that like it was yesterday, but Caglione said, I'll save you the paycheck. The 2-2 is bounced right back towards the mound. Purnell fields, gobbles and throws to first in time for the out. No check on the runner down there at second base. Edmonds reaches second without an appeal. And that'll bring up Josh Steidel with 2 down.
That was the smart play from Purnell there. Not trying to get the out at second, just get one get yourself 2 outs in the inning and a chance to get out of it unscathed.
If there's any guy who's going to equal the pop in this Jacksonville lineup, it is Steidl. Team leader at 8 home runs on the season. Today he's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts swinging. 6-0 Gators. And there's a called strike on the outer half. 0-1 to Steidl. Runner at second, 2 gone in the top of the 5th. Just 3 hits so far for the Dolphins tonight. The 0-1. Purnell misses outside with that 2-seamer. Steidl batting from the left side as usual. The 1-1, Steidl fists it foul. It hits off the netting and deflects into the JU third base dugout. Purnell 1 strike to finish off the Dolphins here in the 5th. The 1-2. Liner right back up the middle, base hit center field. Over the third base goes Edmonds. He gets the wave around from Harris. The throw in is cut off, and JU has finally cracked the scoreboard tonight. Josh Steidl with his 39th run batted in this year, and it's 6-1 with 2 gone in the 5th.
That's a good job by Steidl there. As a righty against him, coming in towards him as a left-handed batter with that 3/4 arm slot. Did a good job poking it straight back up the middle. We've seen Jacksonville do that a lot today, and the last time they played here at Condron Ballpark. Putting the ball up the middle, good things happen, and it gets their first run of the game.
Purnell will have to work to Tyler Henriquez now. The pitch is fouled straight back to the screen, 0-1. This game was started by Jake Clemente. He went the first 2. Then Frank Menendez an inning and 2/3. Purnell got the final out of the 4th and looking to work rest of the 5th. The 0-1. Fastball whipped outside, a ball and a strike.
Righty in the pen for the Gators, so this might be Purnell's last chance to get himself out of this game.
Purnell looking over at first base. Heyman holding on Steidl. The pitch outside and low. 2-1 to Henriquez. Interesting infield alignment here. Kurland at second base is playing nearly behind the bag, and Shelton playing a very deep shortstop. And Thomas at third practically hugging the line. So massive gap on that right side. The 2-1. Fastball misses just in. That tailing action on the 2-seamer brought it just inside. And now a 3-1 advantage for Henriquez.
And that big gap on the right side of the infield makes it even bigger when Heyman's holding on the runner at first.
Purnell, the sign he deals, and misses outside, ball 4. A little 2-out rally brewing here for the Jacksonville Dolphins. Now 2 on and 2 out, with Chandler Howard coming to the plate. And those, again, those free passes that Florida has continued to issue, haven't bitten them yet, except for that 1 run. Now 3 walks and 3 hit batters.
Not a recipe for success.
That's right, and here comes Kevin O'Sullivan. No signal to the bullpen at this point. Perhaps just going out there for a conversation, trying to settle down the redshirt junior out of Boynton Beach.
Purnell had his longest outing of the season over the weekend at South Carolina, against South Carolina. They're 2 1/3 innings, 43 pitches. Gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits and a walk. So coming off a long outing in that one for a relief pitcher, and trying to get out of this inning with just the 1 run given up.
The biggest thing for Kevin O'Sullivan is just not having to use those leverage arms like Ryan Slater or Brandon Neely, but maybe one of them's coming in here. We don't know who's been warming up. Purnell will exit. After all, it looked like a 30-second mound visit from Kevin O'Sullivan, and he does end up pulling the plug on Purnell. So we'll get you the new arm for the Florida Gators here. Jacksonville threatening 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 5th. 1 run has already scored. It's a 6-1 Gator lead. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard.
And I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. Oh, that's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better. Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do Florida a favor. When you're on the road, stay off the phone. A message from CTIA, America's wireless companies, and the National Safety Council.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, Ethan Eibe and Hugh Green with you. Welcome to the ball game. Ryan Slater, the new arm for the Florida Gators. He takes over for Blake Purnell here with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 5th inning. It's a 6-1 Gator lead. Jacksonville's already tacked on 1 run here in this 5th inning. An RBI base hit from Josh Steidel. And now Chandler Howard will step up with a chance to do some more damage. A 2-out rally brewing for the Finns as the Gators look to keep the lead at 5. Here's the first offering to Howard, and it misses inside. Ball 1 from Ryan Slater.
Slater's 19th appearance of the year, 31 in the 3rd innings. Been their trusted arm out of the pen.
The 1-0 pitch is grounded foul right to the Gator on deck circle, 1-1. Of course, the hope was to not have to use guys like Slater and Neely in this game, but I think we're probably going to see a long relief outing from Slater here, try to eat up some innings and get this one towards the finish line. Hinikus at first, Steidel at second, as there's a called strike to Chandler Howard. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. Slater looking to keep a couple of runners from scoring here. Already 6 left on for JU, and this one fouled at the plate.
Just got a piece of that one, did Howard. Great breaking ball there from Slater. Going into the dirt, got him to chase, but he just got a piece to hang on.
Tusk has finally settled in here to Gainesville. Slater has the sign from Dene. Looks at the runner at second. And the 1-2. But before that, he'll step off and look. Steidel back to second base. At this point, I feel like you just got to focus on the batter here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, definitely go after the guy you know you can get out here.
The 1-2. And it's in the dirt. Dene, nice job to smother it. Howard staying up there. He's 1 for 2 today. Base hit in the second, a 3-6 double play in the 4th inning. Both Dolphins take their leads. Slater on 2-2. And a chopper foul up the first base side. It rolls off the Gator dugout. The wind blowing steadily out towards left center. Lights are all on here in full force at Condron. The 2-2. Bashed foul down the right side. He really turned on it. Left one out over the plate for Howard, and he'll stay alive up there.
Yeah, yanked that 93-mile-an-hour fastball, left it over the middle of the plate, as you said, and Slater's lucky to be getting that one back.
Howard's crushed 4 bombs this year. He's driven in 19. He's batting .419. And Slater's going to throw this ball over to second base. And that was interesting. Steidl's practically standing on second, and Shelton was nowhere near the bag. But Slater continues to be bothered by Steidl out there. Here's the 2-2. And Howard swings, sends a fly ball lazy out to left center field. Robertson drifting over to his right, lines it up and makes the catch. And that will conclude matters here in the top of the 5th. Jacksonville walks away with a run on 1 hit. 2 runners left on, make it 8 for them on the night. JU gets on the board. The Gators still up by 5. It's a 6-1 Gator lead. We go bottom 5 at Condron Family Ballpark. You're listening to Florida Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Annoying. You're so annoying.
Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking to me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
You are a healthy eater. Oranges for vitamin C, flaxseed and mackerel for omega-3s. But did you know the same foods that are good for your body, i.e. not beef jerky, are also good for your eyes? Yep, research shows proper nutrition can impact the development of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration, 2 leading causes of blindness. So keep up the healthy munching, my well-fed friend. And for more easy ways to keep keeping your eyes healthy, see your optometrist or visit AOA.org.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do Florida a favor. When you're on the road, stay off the phone. A message from CTIA, America's wireless companies, and the National Safety Council.
Hey you, yeah you, sit right there, I gotta tell you something. I bet you know someone with type 2 diabetes. Guaranteed, you know why? Because 1 out of every 3 little kids is gonna develop diabetes in their lifetime. That can lead to heart problems, strokes, and even blindness. I'm John Sally, and I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be that way. Now you can up your defenses by eating more fruits and vegetables, having more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps can be the power plays to protect you and your family against the risk of diabetes. Learn more, go to blockdiabetes.org.
Welcome back here to Condron Family Ballpark here in Gainesville. It's a 6-1 Gator lead. We go bottom 5. Ethan Eibe, and taking you the rest of the way on the play-by-play tonight, my good friend Hugh Green.
Thank you, Ethan. Good job there. Those first 4.5 innings of play were halfway through at Condron Family Ballpark, and a new pitcher in for the Jacksonville Dolphins. It's the right-hander Leighton Perry out of Ponte Verde Beach, Florida. His 6th appearance of the season, as his first pitch to Cade Curlin hits him square in the middle of the back, and Curlin's aboard. That's a way to start your outing.
How about that? Right above the blue number 4 on the orange jersey. Curlin said, all right, I'll take it, and he just sprinted down to first base.
Curlin's 2nd time being hit in this game, the 3rd time he's been on base. Got hit back in the 1st, was aboard on an error in the 3rd, and now hit by pitch here in the bottom of the 5th. So that brings up Brody Dene, who is 1 for 2 so far tonight. The first pitch from Perry is up and in for ball 1. Perry came into this game 8 1/3 innings so far this season. ERA just under 5.5. Curlin leads off a second. The 1-0 pitch hits Dene in the back. 2 straight hit by pitches from Leighton Perry straight out of the bullpen, and he's got to get himself under control here.
Well, okay then. This is a guy who hasn't thrown a single hit by pitch entering this season.
He's thrown 1 in his entire collegiate career coming into this game, and now he's hit the first 2 batters he's seen.
And just couldn't command the fastball in those first 2 at-bats. So we'll see if he can bring it under control here against Thomas.
Now the right-hander Thomas squares around a bunt, pops it up, but that one gets down as Perry goes over to third. It's an error throw, gets into left field. coming around to score is Curlin. Dene stops at third. And Thomas is all the way up to second on the throwing error from Leighton Perry.
Well, a wild circus of events there. I mean, if I am Leighton Perry, I am not throwing that ball to third base. I am taking the sure out at first, and he opted to go for the risk. They might have had him if Henriquez had been able to squeeze that ball. It wasn't a terrible throw. I think with Curlin sliding it at third base, it might have disrupted Henriquez's concentration to allow the ball to get by him. And the Gators capitalize on that here, and now the infield's in.
Yeah, 7-1 lead now for the Gators in the bottom of the fifth. Nobody out, 2 runners on board, and Robertson sends this one into left field. Coming in on it is Edmonds. He makes the grab, and the runners will stay put as that was hit to shallow left field. A good job by Edmonds to make the grab for the first out of the inning. And Perry maybe takes a deep breath here after the first 3 batters of the inning.
Well, it has not been the cleanest defensive game for these Dolphins. That's now their 4th error of the night.
That brings up Ty Evans with 1 away. Runners on second and third in the bottom of the fifth as Evans looks at the first pitch inside on him, has to turn away from it. Doesn't get hit by the pitch, though.
He committed 5 errors against UCF back on March 26th, so not their worst defensive effort, but certainly not their best.
So they still got time to play, though. 1-0 now to Evans. That one's inside as well. Looked like a slider there for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Ty Evans, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Got a double last inning in the 4th to lead it off for the Gators. Came around to score on a Jack Caglione 517-foot home run as he smacks this one straight up the middle. Into score is Dene coming around third. Thomas will score as well. It's a 2-run single for Ty Evans, and the Gators lead it 9-1 here in the 5th inning.
Well, this is just what you want to see if you're the Florida Gators. You give up a run, you finally break the scoreboard in that top of the 5th inning, but you come right back and you tack on a couple more runs. Now we're almost in run rule territory here.
Yeah, 10 after 7 should be in play tonight, I would assume, and that Ty Evans 2-run single gives the Gators an 8-run lead in the bottom of the 5th, and Caglione is the next up as the first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Caglione's last time up just demolished a baseball over the scoreboard in right center field. What I've seen, the longest home run that I've seen in person. 1-0 pitch to Caglione is outside, 2-0.
I mean, it is truly a blessing what we get to do, what the rest of these fans get to witness. This is appointment viewing. Not even if you're a Gainesville fan or a Gators fan, or if you're a baseball fan, you're watching this guy.
2-0 pitch to Caglione, low and away for ball 3. So Perry being very careful with Caglione, who's out, has his average up to 400 now, 21 bombs and 43 runs driven in, 2 for 3 on the day. 3-0 now as Evans leads off of first. The pitch swung on and fouled away straight back. 3-0 swinging from Jack Caglione. If somebody's going to have the green light to swing away on 3-0, it's Cags.
Absolutely. Let him go for it. Come on.
Brings the count to 3 balls and 1 strike now, 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch fouled high and back. That'll run the count full now, 3-2 from Perry to Caglione. 3 runs have come in to score as Leighton Perry's first inning of this ball game hit 2 batters in a row. An error from him throwing the ball to left field allowed a runner to score. The 3-2 pitch as Evans goes is outside for ball 4. And that's the 3rd free pass of the inning as Caglione reaches first base for the 3rd time tonight. Runners on first and second with 1 out for Colby Shelton.
Well, that's the outcome you expected. At the end of the day, you really don't want to give this guy anything. Is he the most feared athlete in the history of Florida Gator athletics? That's the question I'd like to ask. Obviously, people are going to be like, oh, Tim Tebow. But, I mean, come on.
Yeah, Caglione can just hurt you so many ways as Shelton steps in and looks at strike 1 on the outside corner from Perry.
Or at least you can call him the Barry Bonds of college baseball. I can't remember the last time a guy was this feared.
0-1 now to Shelton as he fouls that one into the first base dugout. Oh, that brings the count to 0-2 now. One away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3 runs have come across the score so far this inning. Trying to get a couple more here is Shelton with his 35 RBIs on the season. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and lined down the right field line, but that one lands just a few feet onto the right side of that right field foul line. That'll keep the count at 0-2. That Evans double a couple batters ago was the 10th hit of the game for the Gators. 9 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Gators so far tonight. Jacksonville 1 run, 4 hits, and 4 errors.
Team that's committed 41 errors this year entering play.
The 0-2 pitch is outside, but swung on and missed by Colby Shelton. And he goes down swinging for the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, if we're lucky, Gators can tack on a few more, get it done by the 7th, and we can go home a little bit early today, huh?
Who doesn't like that? But hey, more baseball is more baseball. As Tyler Shelnut will step into the right-handed batter's box as he checks his swing. First base umpire Manolo Alejandro said he did not go, so that's ball 1. Evans leads off of first. Evans off of second. Caglione off of first. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tyler Shelnut looks at strike 1 right down the middle.
And just so we know, a measly 357 feet on the Shelnut home run back in the 1st inning. A measly.
Yeah, he'd be. I'd be happy with hitting that. 1-1 now to Sheldon as he lines this one high and deep into left center field. Back on it goes Edmonds. He looks up, and that one's out of here. Into the bullpen for Jacksonville in left center field. And the Gators tack on 3 more. It's 12-1 here in the 5th.
The onslaught is on, ladies and gentlemen, and so is Tyler Shelnut. I mean, when are they going to learn not to leave a fastball cookie cutter right down the gut? He's going to do some damage, and he just said hello to the Jacksonville bullpen with his 2nd bomb of this game.
2nd of the game, 10th of the year for Tyler Shelnut. 5 RBIs on the day. The Gators lead it by 11 as Chris Hayes will go to the mound to talk to his pitcher. What an inning for the Gators. 6 runs so far in this bottom of the 5th inning. All started from Leighton Perry hitting the first 2 batters he faced. Then he threw a ball into left field, trying to get a runner out at 3rd. That allowed 1 runner to score, and another runner came in on a double from Evans. A walk to Caglione and a 3-run bomb for Tyler Shelnut.
His first career multi-home run game as a Gator.
So up at the plate is Luke Heyman, the 9th batter of the inning, as he looks at a slider on the outside corner for strike 1 from Perry. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-1 pitch to Heyman. Checks his swing, did not go, says Alejandro again on that first base side. 1-1 the count now. Heyman 0 for 3, one of the only guys on this Gator lineup not to get in on the action so far tonight. The 1-1 in there for strike 1 with a fastball on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 the count. 2 away in the 5th, nobody on base for Luke Heyman. Perry's 1-2 pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 3. And Perry finally stops the bleeding, but not before 6 runs come across home plate for the Gators. A 6th spot in the bottom of the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. Gators lead it 12-1 over Jacksonville. You're listening to Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Go to school with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I'm 1 out of every 4 children in America, and I'm struggling with hunger. I'm lucky to grow up where I could be whatever I want. I want to grow up and be someone who doesn't go to bed hungry. Please visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank. Every dollar you donate helps provide 7 meals for kids like me. Together, we're Feeding America. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
In the news, a small boy was rescued from abuse today by a magic trick. Witnesses say a bully had the boy pinned down.
Scott was hitting Timmy pretty hard.
And I said somebody should do something.
Moments later, a street magician arrived on the scene. Police reports state he covered the bully with his coat. What happened next is still under investigation.
The bully turned into a bunch of kittens.
The victim left the scene unharmed.
Boy, you never see that happen.
That's because it doesn't. If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do from American Humane at BeHumane.org.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies. That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay.
We welcome you back to Condron Family Ballpark. Hugh Green, Ethan Eibe with you on the Orange and Blue Sports Network as we go to the top of the 6th inning in Gainesville, Florida, after a 6 spot put up in the bottom of the 5th from the Gators. And for Jacksonville, it'll be 7-8-9, the bottom third of the order for Ryan Slater, who came on in the top of the 5th to get the final out for Florida. First pitch to Adriel Delgado is outside for ball 1 from Slater. What an inning in that bottom of the 5th inning, Ethan.
Absolutely. I mean, Shellnut ripping his second bomb of the game, 395 feet.
The 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2.
The Gators just pouring it on at this point. This is what you expect to see against a team like Jacksonville. No, they're not to be trifled with. They're decent, but this Gator baseball team earned this one.
2-0 pitch is lined to the left side, foul. Brings the count to 2-1, and that is for certain. So, a team that if the offense is going, I don't think any team can stop them. It's just their own pitching is what stopped them so far this season. Pitching's been good today as Slater throws this one to Delgado, who fouls it again down the left field line. 2-2 the count now.
And after you drop a game 7-6 to Jacksonville a month ago, you're looking for some revenge, and I think that was on their minds tonight.
The 2-2 pitch is fouled away between his own legs of Delgado. That'll keep the count even at 2-2. Delgado 1 for 1 today. Has reached base both times, had a single in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. The 2-2 again. Inside as Delgado moves his feet. Now to run the count full to 3-2. As the throwback from Dene is over the head of Slater, but nobody on, so it doesn't hurt anything.
Come on, Brody.
Maybe gets the pitcher out of his rhythm a little bit, though.
Well, very real possibility that Slater could finish this game if he can just get 6 more outs and run rule these guys.
Full count pitch is bounced to the right side. Up with it at second base is Curlin. Throws on to Heyman at first for the first out of the inning.
So make it 5 more outs then.
There you go. And have an 11-run lead. Would be able to end this game after 7 with that 10-run rule. Brings up Connor Spellman, who's 1 for 1 today with a hit by pitch and a single. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. First pitch from Slater to Spellman is up for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Defense playing straight up against Spellman. Nobody shifting. A little bit off the line is Heyman from first. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and miss. A good off-speed slider there from Slater. Got Spellman out in front. Runs the count to 1-2 now. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Slater working fast. The 1-2 pitch fouled straight back out of play. Slater trying to get his confidence up a little bit here as we move into the second half of this season. The 1-2 again is fouled again by Spellman. Count will stay put.
He's pretty much O'Sullivan's most important asset in that bullpen outside of Brandon Neely, who's been the Friday starter. Slater, the most veteran guy they have in the pen.
1-2 pitch is outside for ball 2.
Important to mentor the younger guys that have come in. Obviously, it's been a rocky year for all things considered in the pitching staff.
2-2 pitch is lined to straightaway center field. Robertson a couple steps to his right, makes the grab for out number 2.
That's what he does. He gets efficient outs like what we've seen here early on in this outing.
Brings up Cade Hentz, the 9-hole hitter. Struck out both times he's been up so far tonight. But Slater, his last 2 appearances, giving up 8 earned runs as the first pitch to Hentz is fouled away for strike 1. Against Florida State last week, did not record an out, but gave up 5 earned runs on 4 hits. As the 0-1 pitch is hit high into shallow right field. Coming in on it is Ty Evans to make the grab for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Slater as Jacksonville goes down in order, and the Gators still lead at 12-1. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
It's Ruth Rusey, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey you, yeah you, sit right there, I gotta tell you something. I bet you know someone with type 2 diabetes. Guaranteed, you know why? Because 1 out of every 3 little kids is gonna develop diabetes in their lifetime. That can lead to heart problems, strokes, and even blindness. I'm John Sally, and I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be that way. Now you can up your defenses by eating more fruits and vegetables, having more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps can be the power plays to protect you and your family against the risk of diabetes. To learn more, go to blockdiabetes.org. Okay.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save the Manatee Club right now. Call 1-800-432-JOIN. Thank you.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
Welcome back to Condron Family Ballpark. The Gators lead the Jacksonville Dolphins 12-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Gainesville, Florida. Hugh Green, Ethan Eibe with you. As a new pitcher's in for Jacksonville, Garrett Corbett. In his 5th appearance so far this season, 3 2/3 he's thrown. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Gators, Curlin, Dene, and Thomas. Will be due up for Florida after 9 batters came to the plate, 6 scored in the bottom of the 5th for the Gators, capped off by a 3-run home run, 2nd of the night for Tyler Shelnut.
Hugh, I don't want to be overconfident, but I don't think the Gators are going to need much insurance here.
I mean, you might need insurance if you're trying to get him out this next inning.
This is true. They do have 1 run to spare if they want to just get this one over 10 after 7.
Corbett's first pitch to Curlin is bounced to the shortstop. Hentz, he's up with it, fires over to first. Nice throw to get the first out of the inning as Curlin is set down after 1 pitch.
And I think that's on the Gators' minds here. Expect them to be aggressive here in this inning. They want to get back on defense, and they want to end this thing right here, right now.
That's for sure. And there is someone warming in the pen for the Gators, so it might not be Slater's ball game in the 7th inning after all. That brings up Brody Dene. Hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch from Corbett is outside for ball 1. Dene reached base all 3 times, but is just 1 for 1 so far tonight. 1 for 2, actually. Reached on an error in the first. The 1-0 pitch, an ugly swing there from Dene, is got fooled by the off-speed pitch at 75 miles an hour from Corbett. 1-1 the count now with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. One swung on and miss. That one was low. Another off-speed pitch there from Corbett. Brings the count to 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. got him chasing way outside into the other batter's box, as that's the first strikeout for Corbett and the second out of the inning.
Yeah, unfortunately, Donay has a tendency to do that sometimes. He swings wildly, but does have the RBI to show for it today. By the way, Garrett Corbett, a freshman out of Bishop Kenny High School, a Jacksonville native.
Brings up Dale Thomas, the right-handed batter. Righty on righty matchup as Corbett goes after him with a breaking ball. Misses somewhere for ball one. Looked to me like to be a strike, but didn't. Parrish didn't think so behind the plate. The second pitch is high and away for ball two. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Jalen Guy on deck to hit for Robertson if it gets that far. The 2-0 pitch. Up and away again for ball 3. 3-0 now to Dale Thomas. The 3-0 pitch. In there, called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Dale Thomas. Hitting .210 now on the season. The 3-1. In the dirt for ball 4, and that's a walk for Dale Thomas. He's aboard for the 4th time tonight. Brings up the pinch hitter, Jalen Guy.
Let's count them up. 4 errors. We've seen now 3 walks and 3 hit batters today for Jacksonville pitching.
That is not the greatest line you want if you're a pitching staff for any team. And then especially not when you're playing a team like the Gators who can hit the ball all over the place in the ballpark.
Those free passes, a couple of bombs, that'll do it for you.
First pitch to Guy is outside, right-handed batter, hitting 162 on the year, pinch hitting here for Michael Robertson, the left-hander, who went 0 for 3 tonight. The 1-0 pitch to Guy. In there on the outside corner for strike 1.
Guy hitting just 162 on the year, 6 for 37, the Liberty transfer. He's driven in just 2 runs this year.
The 1-1 pitch to Guy. Bounced about 58 feet from the pitcher's mound, and good block back there by Spellman to corral it. And didn't allow Thomas to advance to second. Still a 12-1 ball game as we play the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3 to Guy. And Corbett is in danger of walking 2 straight with 2 outs. 3-1 count as Thomas leads off of first. The pitch way up in the zone, and that's ball 4. 2 straight walks surrendered by Corbett to the 8 and 9 hitters. And that flips the lineup over, and Ty Evans will get another chance at bat. Evans got out his first couple times up to the plate, has had 2 hits in his last 2 plate appearances. He bats now with runners on first and second and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning with an 11-run lead. First pitch, swung on a miss. Good breaking ball there from Corbett. 0-1 count now to Ty Evans. A beautiful night here in Gainesville, Florida. The lights shining down on the field. The 0-1. Outside as Evans checked the swing. It didn't go around for ball 1. Looks like some fans have left the ballpark who were here earlier. 1-1 now, 2-way. Swung on and missed by Evans. Blew the 89-mile-an-hour fastball by him. Brings the count to 1-2 now. Thomas aboard on second, and Guy leads off of first. The 1-2 to Evans. Bounced in the dirt. Good block again by Spellman. And that brings the count even at 2-2.
And the breaking stuff just hasn't been able to control it here. It's led to these last couple of walks. Last thing you want to do is give these Gators more of an excuse to drive in runs.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count to Ty Evans. The pitch. Fouled straight back. Now keep the count at 2-2, and looks like Caglione won't be able to give an encore to the fans here. As they have
that's Blake Brookins, I believe.
Yes, Blake Brookins, the freshman on the on-deck circle. The 2-2 pitch once again outside for ball 3. That runs the count full. Full count, 2 away. The runners will be off of first and second, Guy and Dene respectively. Lifts the leg and deals. That one's pounded into the ground for a foul ball down the left side. Still 12-1 ball game here in Gainesville. Gators lead the Jacksonville Dolphins. Full count, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch fouled away again. Great at bat here from Evans.
Yeah, terrific battle from Ty Evans. He's been laying off the stuff outside and down low and taking a cut at anything close. And you gotta get the sense here that he's about to square something up.
And when you see that many pitches from a pitcher in one at bat, tends to happen. 3-2 once again. Fouled away again. Evans 2 for 4 on the night, has his average up to 357 on the season. 9 home runs, 31 runs driven in. Full count, runners will go off of first and second as Corbett steps off before the 3-2 pitch. 3-2, 2 away. The pitch. High down the left field line. That one will get into the seats. Foul once again.
Funny enough, Hugh, they still have Leighton Perry pitching on the stat broadcast. It's not Leighton Perry though.
No, that is not Leighton Perry. That is Garrett Corbett. Don't usually see that happen. As Corbett went into the windup there, he was setting up in the windup. Smartly got off of that and now is in the stretch. Lifts the leg and deals. In the dirt for ball 4. What a battle from Ty Evans. 3 straight base on balls for the Gators, and that loads the bases for Blake Brookins.
Yeah, terrific plate appearance there by Ty Evans. Showing his discipline, proving he can lay off pitches when he has to, only swinging at the good stuff. Really wasn't fooled by anything that Corbett had to offer. And man, do I wish we were going to see Caglione one more time.
I know, with the bases loaded too. 2 away in the 6th. Chance to hit a grand slam and send this place crazy. But it will be Blake Brookins, who hasn't had many opportunities so far this season. Just 0 for 3 in his 4 games played. Does have a walk.
Well, now would be as good a time as ever for his first collegiate hit, the Palmetto Bay native out of Miami Palmetto High School.
"12-1 ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. 2 away, bases loaded for Blake Brookins, the pinch hitter. Pitch from Corbett on the outside corner for strike 1. Center fielder Will Gale drifted a little bit to the right. The 1-0-1 pitch is outside, ball 1. Thomas on third, Guy on second, and Evans on first. All aboard by the walk. 3 straight surrendered by Corbett. The 1-1 pitch to Brookins is called strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. Got a breaking ball to clip that inside corner. 1-2 the count now, 2 away. The pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Good eye there from the freshman.
Nobody's been fooled by any off speed that Corbett has had to offer here. Anything down, they've just been spitting on it.
Yeah, that's a sign of a well-coached team, that is. Speaking of that, Sully looking for a 700th career win. The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 3, and that'll set the merry-go-round in motion as all 3 runners will be off at the leg kick of Corbett. Thomas off of third, Guy on second, and Evans off of first. All will be in motion. Full count pitch, 2 away, bottom of the 6th. That one's fouled away to the left side. We in for another long battle here, Ethan.
Yes, indeed we are, and Brookins is showing the fortitude he has. Good stuff by the freshman here. And for Corbett, trying to avoid walking in a run in the merry-go-round, like you said.
Full count. Runners will be off once again. The pitch is grounded to the third baseman. Henriquez, as he's up with it, throws on to first, and that's the third out of the inning. So somehow Corbett escapes without surrendering a run. It's still 12-1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning, and the Gators try to close it out here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Sound of someone correctly installing a car seat. And this is the sound of someone incorrectly installing a car seat. Correctly, incorrectly. Hear the difference? No? That's because installing a car seat incorrectly is terribly easy. So much so, 75% of adults install them wrong. For simple instructions on how to get it right, visit buckleupforlife.org. Ah, perfectly executed. Brought to you by Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Hey, Russell Wilson here, and I know how important exercise is.
It's essential. It's essential.
With Play 60, United Way and the NFL are helping kids stay active and play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids, healthy kids.
But what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60 because great things happen when we live united.
Donate, donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Are you saving for a big purchase or just trying to put money away for a rainy day? The National Foundation for Credit Counseling offers these tips to help you meet your savings goals. Set aside money from every paycheck, bank any raises, bonuses, or tax refunds, and put away loose change every night. It adds up. For more tips on how to save money and reach your financial goals.
To the top of the 7th inning we go at Condron Family Ballpark. 12-1 the score in favor of the Gators over the Jacksonville Dolphins. As a new pitcher making his Gator debut on the mound is Landon Russell, Ethan.
Landon Russell, the Gulf Coast Community College transfer out of Alabama. What a time to make your first appearance as he misses outside for ball one. This is a guy who pitched 13 times at the community college level. Hitters at .245 against him. He struck out 29.
The 1-0 pitch is hit high into the air into shallow right field. Back on it goes the second baseman Curlin onto the grass, makes the catch for out number 1.
Well, we're under the impression that this could be it. If the Gators can get 2 more outs, that the 10-run rule will be in effect. Otherwise, we're going to look like a couple of idiots. But
I mean, it should be in a midweek game. I would assume they would have that in effect. But you never know. You never know. That brings up Blake Edmonds, the left-handed batter. First pitch from Russell is lined into left field. Going after it is Shellnut. Will not get there. That one's down as Edmonds makes a big turn at first base, but Shellnut gets it in quickly to hold him at first, and that's a single first time on the first hit of the game for Edmonds.
Edmonds not the fastest guy. Threw on the brakes immediately after hitting the first base bag. And Shellnut did well to get over there and fire it back in as quickly as he did.
Defensive replacement after Jalen Guy pinch hit for Michael Robinson. He stays out in center field. First pitch to the right-handed batter, Tyrell Brewer, is outside from Russell. 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. 12-1 ball game in favor of the Gators. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Russell's a good pitcher, 93 miles an hour on the gun that time. Definitely has it in his arsenal. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, catches the inside corner. That one backed up a little bit on him, but gets the call. And that brings the count to 1-2 now.
He's played 9 games as a position player this year, 5 starts.
Yep.
He's gone 3 for 20 at the dish. This will be the first time we see him on the mound.
1-2 now to Brewer. And that one's outside for ball 2. Brewer 0 for 3 so far tonight. Struck out in the first, lined out to short in the 3rd inning, and ground back to the pitcher in the 5th. The 2-2 pitch, just a bit outside for ball 3. Good spit on that by Tyrell Brewer. Runs the count full as Heyman is not holding the runner on at first in Edmonds in an 11-run ball game. The 3-2 pitch is up in the zone, too high, ball 4. First walk surrendered by Russell.
Well, the Gators do have the insurance run to play with. They can allow one and still be up by 10, obviously, with the 12-1 advantage. But you'd like to see Russell just get through this frame and get through the night.
Yeah, Ryan Slater did a good job out of the bullpen. Threw a couple innings, or sorry, inning and a third. Didn't allow any base runners. 4 up, 4 down for Slater. Now Russell, and for the first time in his Gator career as a pitcher, and a pinch hitter now, as that will be Aiden Masters. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. He chased outside there. Masters hitting for Josh Steidel, who went 1 for 3 with a RBI single back in the 5th. The 0-1 pitch to Masters is on the outside corner for strike 2. Masters went 2 for 5 in the game against the Gators, 3 RBIs last month. 0-2 pitch now, 2 on, 1 out, and that one's lined to third base. Quick up with it is Thomas, but the runners get back quickly, and that'll be 2 away now. And Jacksonville seems to be down to their final out of the night.
That was softly hit, even though it was a line drive. Gave Thomas plenty of time to lean to his left to make the grab. His first look was to second base, but had he took a peek at first base initially, he might have had the runner Brewer doubled off.
Another pinch hitter for Jacksonville, Jackson Westmoreland, in the game now for Tyler Henriquez as he looks at ball 1 too high. 1-0 from Russell. Is popped straight up into the air, back out of play as Dene took a look at it, but that one came up close to us back here. That one was, we almost got to it.
Well, that landed right on the press deck right in front of us here in the suite level.
Westmoreland hitting 154 so far this season. The 1-1 pitch to him is swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there from Russell. And that is now Jacksonville down to their final strike of the ball game. As the fans get up, start clapping. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, check swing by Westmoreland. Did not go. Runs the count to 2-2. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count to Westmoreland. The pitch popped up high in the air to the left side of the infield, calling off everyone is Dale Thomas. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. The Gators take this one in a run rule victory. After 7 innings, they win it 12-1. What a performance tonight from the Gators as they take this one and get revenge over Jacksonville. 12-1 victory for Florida.
And win number 700 in the illustrious career of Kevin O'Sullivan. Congratulations, Sully. Now in his 17th year leading this Florida program. A milestone night for him and a terrific night for his Florida Gators. They get their revenge against JU. The pain of March 19th can finally be subsided, Hugh Green.
Yeah, they definitely got that. 12 runs on the board, 11 hits, no errors for the Gators, and Jacksonville 1 run, 5 hits, 4 errors for them. We'll take a quick break. Stay tuned for the post-game show as the Gators take this one over Jacksonville 12-1. Thank you for listening to the Gator Baseball on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome back to Science Today. And we already have our next caller. Welcome. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Philip.
Hello, Philip. You sound really young.
Not really. I'm 9.
Oh, wow. You're still in elementary school, right?
Does that matter?
Oh, no, not at all. What's your question?
Well, I know the molecular formula for water is H2O. I also know that hydrocarbon is CH3, CH2, 50, CH3. Glucose is C6H12O6. The general formula for an alkene is CnH2n plus 2. But what I can't seem to find is any scientific formula for Bob.
Bob?
My goldfish.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
From the vantage point, Mafatu saw 6 war canoes drawn up on the beach, but what held the boy's eyes in awful trance were the figures, the eaters of men, cannibals. Mafatu watched the strange scene, powerless to move. In that very instant, he heard a crashing in the undergrowth. 4 figures were tearing through the jungle. He turned and ran blindly down the trail, thinking only of his canoe. If only he could reach it before the savages overtook him. Explore new worlds. Find out what happens next by reading the book Call It Courage by Armstrong Sperry. For other great book ideas, visit literacy.gov. A message from the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, welcome to our postgame show here from Condron Family Ballpark, wrapping things up as the Florida Gators finally get their sweet, sweet revenge in the form of a 12-1 victory over the Jacksonville Dolphins on this Tuesday night. The Florida Gators improved to 19-17 on the season. The Dolphins fall to 16-18. Ethan, I with you alongside Hugh Green in a ball game that was all Gators from the start. 3 home runs totaling 1,269 feet. A couple from Tyler Shelnut, but of course, the big one of the night belonged to the big man himself, Jack Caglione.
Yeah, that bomb back in the 4th inning from Caglione was just absurd. 516.2 feet for Caglione. That's just absurd. How do you do that?
Only if you are a generational talent, which both of us are not.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It truly is a pleasure to watch a guy like Cags go to work and go to town and feast on a pitching staff like the one Jacksonville has. Of course, they won 7-6, the Dolphins did, back on March 19th, right in this very building. And I remember how cocky they were once they got that win, how much they were taunting the Gators. You and I were on the call. You remember Tyler Shelnut getting in their face and the Gators almost starting a little bench-clearing incident back then.
Yeah.
But today, the Dolphins' offense, a whole lot quieter today. Just 5 hits for them.
Yeah, the team quieter, the offense quieter. Definitely 5 hits. They had, I think, 13 last time these two teams played. 7 runs, 13 hits they had last time in Gainesville. This time just 1 run, 5 hits. But the defense for Jacksonville was just not good tonight. 4 errors leading to a lot of runs. And as you said, the hitting, also leaving 10 men on base is not a great recipe for success if you're the Dolphins.
Absolutely. We said it before. Those free passes, they're going to bite you eventually. Besides those 4 errors, 3 hit by pitches and 5 walks given up to Gator batters today. Yeah, terrific effort by the Gators in this one. We'll give you the scoring recap here. Tyler Shelnut started things off with a 357-foot bomb out to left field. He absolutely turned on a 3-2 fastball right down the middle and extended the Gator lead to 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Third inning, Brody Dene had an RBI single up the middle to plate Cade Curlin, made it 4-0 before the Cags bomb, the 2-run shot that landed beyond the scoreboard 517 feet away, made it 6-0. I'm just going to go to bed thinking about that number. I might get that number tattooed, actually, because that's how much I love that number. In the 5th inning, that was the real killer for the JU pitching staff. 6 runs given up by Leighton Perry in that frame, a 2-run base hit for Ty Evans, and a 3-run homer, his second of the night, for Tyler Shelnut out into the left center field area, the Jacksonville bullpen. And that's all the Gators needed. Josh Steidl provided the only RBI for Jacksonville in this one, an RBI knock back in the 5th inning. But all things told, the Gator pitching, while it had its moments, got the job done. And specifically for Jake Clemente, making just his 4th appearance of his Gators career and his first collegiate start, he gets the win, and he had an excellent night.
Yeah, through the first 2 innings of this game, gave just 2 hits, walked a batter, 5 Ks, and his stuff was electric coming out to start this game for the Gators. Clemente, that's a great news for him. The kid out of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Coral Springs, Florida, and 5 strikeouts in 2 innings, facing 10 batters, throwing just 44 pitches, and getting himself a win in the run rule shortened game.
Absolutely. And Coral Springs, we like that. You're listening to a couple of Coral Springs natives yourself, so we always appreciate the hometown love. So terrific stuff all the way through for the Gators. Frank Menendez, Blake Purnell, Ryan Slater, and then we saw Landon Russell come in there in the 9th, and that was a nice capper to the evening, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Landon Russell getting his first pitching appearance as a Florida Gator. Talked about it a little bit earlier. He made 13 appearances at Gulf Coast Community College, but his first time towing the rubber for Florida, and he did a good job through the inning. Allowed one walk and 1 hit, but didn't allow anybody to come across the plate and close this one out for the Gators.
Yeah, terrific effort all things through. Next up for the Florida Gators, they will have an interesting road test in Nashville, Tennessee. They'll head to the number 13 Vanderbilt Commodores. So that's definitely going to be a series to watch. I mean, you look at the greater context of this season. The Florida Gators are not where they want to be. Heading into the year as the number 2 ranked team in the country, fresh off of a runner-up finish in the College World Series, sitting now just 2 games above 500. Obviously, a night like tonight, it feels good. It's the 2nd straight win for the Gators, but now you really got to focus your attention here on the 5 remaining SEC series. After Vanderbilt, they've got Arkansas on the road, Tennessee, and Kentucky here at home. Kentucky's been terrific. And then they'll finish up the regular season in Athens, Georgia, against the Bulldogs. So they're going to have to refocus and revamp ahead of that series in Vanderbilt.
Yeah, definitely. And coming into today, they have just a record of 18-17 coming into today. 17 lost. That's how many times they lost all of last season in their run to Omaha and to the College World Series Finals. Lost 17 games last season.
I mean, that is absolutely...
They've already lost 17 this season.
Yeah, that is absolutely unbelievable to even think about. But this team, yes, it's not quite the juggernaut that it once was. Yes, it is currently being kept afloat by the exploits of Jack Caglione. So we'll have to see if the pitching staff can put together a strong effort. Can these bats do well against a top 15 ranked opponent in Vanderbilt? We'll just have to wait and see what happens in Nashville this weekend. For the Jacksonville Dolphins, they will head back home to John Chesson Stadium, and they will face the North Florida Ospreys for a 3-game set. They get back into ASUN play. And here at Condron Family Ballpark, the seats finally empty, the fans filing out after a nice win here on this Tuesday evening. Hugh, any final words before we say goodnight?
Jack Caglione, those are my words.
Those are a good couple of words to say, my friend. Terrific stuff tonight, as always. Jacksonville falls to 16-19 on the season. The Florida Gators improved to 19-17. The final score again, Florida Gators 12, Jacksonville 1. Florida 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 8 runners on tonight. And for Jacksonville, their 1 run comes on 5 hits, 4 errors tonight, and they left 10 runners on base. Jake Clemente in his first collegiate start gets his first win as a Gator, and Dakota Stone, the Dolphins starter, is tagged with the loss. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 21 minutes, and the attendance here tonight at Condron Family Ballpark, 4,931. Once again, Gators get it done, 12-1, and they will face Nashville. They will face Vanderbilt in Nashville coming up here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We appreciate you tuning into this broadcast on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. For our producer, Alexis Vivanco, and my partner, Hugh Green, I'm Ethan Eibe, saying so long from Gainesville. Thanks for tuning into the Orange and Blue Sports Network's coverage. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OBSN Gators. That's OBSN Gators. Until next time, go Gators.